Good evening, hockey fans, and what is going on? It is your host, Neo Villapiano, the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast, right here on the Hockey Podcast Network. And welcome to another exciting live watch along right here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Tonight, we have the Montreal Canadiens traveling to the Garden State to take on the New Jersey Devils. This live watch along and everything we do here, ladies and gentlemen, are sponsored by the awesome people at DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure, as always, guys, to sign up for DraftKings and use our promo code THPN. These live watch alongs are also comment driven. So if you have a comment, question, anything like that, let me know in the comment section and I will share it here on the stream. And also, if you're new and you like what you see, leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do right here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. And if you are new and you do subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the chat as well that you subscribe so I can shout you out here on the stream. We already got some comments. Didier Gaming saying, so my score prediction is Devils 2, Canadiens 3, or Devils 3, Canadiens 4. So he's having a pretty close game. Either way, he expects the Canadiens to win. He says, go Habs, go. Didier, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. What's going on, Fagio? Good to see you as well, my friend. Didier says, ole, 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 ole. He also says, wait, this is you. Yes, it is me. It is me indeed. What's going on, Kevin Brown? Kevin saying trash the Habs. So obviously looks like he's going to be going with the Devils in this one. Didier again saying go Habs, go. Jacob, as always, in the chat, he says, big comeback win for Vegas last night versus the Hawks. It was 3-0 Hawks after 2, and Vegas scored 4 goals in the third, with Dad scoring the OT winner for Vegas. Jacob says, Habs are a 20-win team. Didier also says, you're welcome. Wait for what, my friend? What are we waiting for? But while we're waiting for Didier's answer, the biggest news going into this game, especially for the New Jersey Devils, is Miles Wood, who has been out since the early part of training camp, will be making his season debut tonight after, he's basically been on IR with a hip problem the entire year. So the Devils are going to get a lot of speed into the lineup today, a lot of physicality, and I'm sure Miles Wood and the Devils themselves are just super excited to see him back in the lineup. As for the Montreal Canadiens, they are right now the only team in the NHL to be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. But if the New Jersey Devils lose tonight in regulation, the Devils will then be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, from playoff contention as well. So I'm sure the Habs would love to be the benefactors of that. This is also the second of 3 meetings between the Devils and Montreal Canadiens. The next one will be the first week of April, also in New Jersey. So the Devils have an opportunity tonight with the win to secure the season series victory over the Habs. Didier says Habs is not trash. I would say, honestly, though, Didier, they have been kind of trash this year. Not saying the Devils haven't either, but certainly the Canadiens have been that way. Habs are 18-37-10. They sure do suck a lot. And that is true. Yotes are only team worse than the Habs. Can't really disagree with that. Didier says, Habs is my favorite team. I can definitely tell by that, Didier, and I love your passion, man. What's going on, Josh? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. He says, hi, Neil, 4-1 Devils. So he's going to go with the Devils win tonight. Didier says, go, 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 go. Habs, go. You have draft and off-season to regroup. That could be said for basically any team that's not going to make the playoffs this year. Habs got carried by Carey Price. You can make a definite argument for that last year. You knew that in these series that Carey Price can steal one, and he stole a couple and was able to lead the Montreal Canadiens to the Stanley Cup Finals last year, in which Jacobs' Vegas Golden Knights team lost in the semifinals to this Montreal Canadiens squad. So that wasn't great. Didier says, you're nice. Well, thank you, my friend. That's what I try to be on here. I love hanging out with you guys. Love interacting with all of you as well. And looking forward, as always, to doing a live watch along with you guys. Let me just fix my camera here a little bit. All right, there we go. So again, for those of you that don't know, I will be using Flash Score. That will be the way for you guys to keep up with what's going on. I'm watching this on television, so I don't have to have a stream or anything since I have MSG. So this should be pretty up to the date with my play-by-play for this one. Oh, Carrie Didier says, what's going on, Ben? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening. Make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. Kevin Brown says Bubble Cup. I'm assuming you're talking about 2020, not 2021. I can see it, how you could make that argument as well, but definitely more for 2020. Didier says the Beast goaltender. He has certainly been one of the best goaltenders of this generation, talking about Carey Price. Jacob says 4-3 New York Rangers early in the third, 7-2 Penguins also early in the third. Sorry, it's now 8-2. So yeah, the Penguins are steamrolling the Detroit Red Wings in that one. So it is pretty damn impressive. What's going on, RJ? Thank you as always for the updates, my friend. Really appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream as always, my friend. Really, really does help out the channel. He says right now it's 4-3 Rangers over the Sabres in the third period. Thank you for that, RJ, even though Jacob also said that. But again, guys, this should be a good one. I mean, again, you're looking at two teams that are towards the bottom of the NHL, so this might not be one of the most enticing matchups you're ever going to see. But at the same time, everybody's going to be trying to go out there and trying to perform well. Talking about Miles Wood making his season debut tonight, you know he's going to try to enjoy every second here. It has been 321 days since the last time Miles Wood played. That was back on May 10, 2021 at Flyers. That was the final game of the 2021 NHL season. Didier says, why does everyone don't like the Habs? Because some people are fans of other teams, Didier. Marty's Illegal Stick Hockey Podcast always know they're going to come in here and say hi. He says, Neil, your guy Mittens was huge today against Providence. Yes, the Utica Comets came away with a 4-1 victory in Providence. That is awesome. Kevin says, big game Tuesday, Bees versus Leafs. That should be a fun one. Jacob's going to go with an 8-6 Devils win only because I bet on them to win. Fair enough. What's going on, Danelle? Good to see you, buddy, as always. Hope you're doing well today as the puck has been dropped and we are underway at the Prudential Center for this one between the Montreal Canadiens and the New Jersey Devils. As the Canadiens come right in with a shot, and that one is stopped by Dawes. He gets knocked down, no penalty. Now the Devils will come the other way. So not just 10 seconds in, the Canadiens with a good chance. Gets it over to Jesper Bratt. He stops. Bratt now with it. Will slowly get to the top of the blue line. Feeds it over to right side to Severson. Severson in a sharp angle right now. As Danelle says, what up, Neil? Had a feeling you'd be doing this live stream off work today. Now I can enjoy watching you on the stream. Awesome, Danelle. Awesome as always to see you, man, and hang out with you. Hope you're doing well today. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. Didier says, you're so nice then, ... Well, I appreciate the comments as always, and he actually donated as well. He gave me basically about $1 Canadian. Well, thank you so much for the donation, Didier. Really do appreciate it. Again, guys, donations are also available for you guys to do. You don't have to. It's not recommended, but it's certainly appreciated. All donations go back to the host like myself. So if you want to donate like Didier's Gamings just did, that would be much appreciated. Thank you so much, Didier. Really appreciate the donation, my friend. How do you feel about Miles Wood making his season debut for the Devils in a few minutes? Well, obviously the game is now underway. No, I feel good. I know some people might say, what's the point of him coming back and things like that? Well, number one, these guys just want to play at the end of the day. And Miles Wood's going to have about 15, 16, 17 games if he plays in all of them to play. So it's a pretty decent amount of hockey he'll still get a chance to have this season as Dougie Hamilton comes in, feeds it over to the left side to Hughes, just missed him. He would have had a wide open net there. Mercer tried to feed it in the slot to Sharangovich, got broken up. Sharangovich now gets it to Dougie Hamilton with a shot that gets blocked, and now the Canadiens will come the other way. They come in with speed over the right side, gets to Mike Hoffman. Hoffman tried to drop it off to Anderson, and then it comes right out in front, but Dawes makes the save and gets a cover. But yeah, it's really good for Miles Wood to still get some games in this year. It's been a tough year for him with the hip injury. Also, it is, I believe, a contract year for him. He'll be a restricted free agent at season's end. So the hope is that for Miles Wood, he can play enough to earn another really good deal, whether it's from the Devils or from somebody else. Sam Mottenbaugh and Nico Dawes are the goaltenders for this one tonight between the Canadiens and the New Jersey Devils. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you as always, my friend. He says, Real Deal Neil, what up, bro? What's going on, man? As always, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. Jacob says, Jack Eichel is my daddy. He has 14 points in 19 games. Yes, he has certainly played well since he got healthy and has been playing with Vegas. As that shot from the point was deflected, but still a good save by Montreal on Nate Bastian, who was the one who had the deflection. As Miles Wood is now on the ice for his first shift. As that shot by Subban is stopped. Follow-up try by Wood, and he just shot it wide of the net. Miles Wood with a great chance here on his first shift to get a goal, but he just missed that one. Didier says, again. All right. He also just donated again, so I guess that's what he meant. Well, thank you so much again for another donation, Didier. Really appreciate it, my friend, 100%. You are very, very kind, and we appreciate the support 1,000%. What's going on, Kfinity? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. Leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel 100%. He says, Flyers are winning. Was it Giroux the whole time? I don't know, to be very honest with you, Kfinity. I really don't know. It's Jimmy Vesey with a shot, and that one is stopped and covered by Montreal. We get a face-off here. 3:06 into the hockey game. No scores so far between the Devils and the Canadiens. Look, at the end of the day, that trade, the Claude Giroux trade, made a very good point to the Flyers and their fan base that they are definitely going into a rebuild. So obviously, only time will tell over the next couple of years what the Flyers are able to do. But maybe the fact that, that pressure of having Giroux and not knowing if he's going to get traded or not, since that's gone, I think now it kind of gives the Flyers a little bit of, kind of that weight off their shoulders, so that they can just go out and just play hockey because this is the team that they have for the rest of the year and kind of go from there, Kfinity. Andrew says, update, North Carolina has officially blown out and defeated the St. Peter's Peacocks by the score of 69, to 49. And so the St. Peter's Peacocks Cinderella run has unfortunately come to an end as that shot by Cole Caulfield just goes over the shoulder of Dawson Wide. But yeah, St. Peter's unfortunately will not be moving on to the Final Four. Cinderella's story has come to an end. It does indeed. But still, they made so much history. They made New Jersey proud 100%. Shout out to Shaheen Holloway and the St. Peter's Peacocks for getting all the way to the Elite Eight, being the first 15 seed team to ever get there, and the first mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference team to ever get to there as well. So yeah, it was a shame, but still, it was a great run nonetheless by the Peacocks. So North Carolina will face Duke. We have a legendary matchup. They will face off in one of the two Final Four games. Duke versus North Carolina Final Four, April 2nd. Yes, indeed. Neil, can we get someone else streaming this game? Anyone but you today? No. So there. Didier saying, please score, Canadians. They've had a couple of good chances so far in this one, Didier, but Cole Caulfield right in the slot. Got a good shot, but just sailed it over the net. Jacob says, bro, WTF. RJ says, tomorrow's schedule, Carolina versus Washington at 7, Vancouver, St. Louis at 7:30, Buffalo versus Chicago at 8:30, Arizona versus Edmonton at 9:30, and then Seattle versus the Kings at 10:30. Didier says, Devils is trash. They haven't been really trash of late, especially over the last almost 2 months now, but considering where they are in the standings, they have been pretty trash during the majority of the season. It's how Dawson Mercer gets around one defender, tried to backhand it over to Hughes, but it got broken up by Montreal, and now the Canadiens will slowly get it out of their zone. Jacob says, I just blocked that fake account who's trying to be me. Yeah, Jacob, we're not doing this tonight, man. I mean, you're really going to do this again? I know it's you screwing around, so, if you're going to do this tonight, man, just, let's not start this tonight. As now Jack Hughes comes in, but he gets the puck knocked off them by 41 of Montreal. Regains it, though. Hughes gets the puck knocked off them again. So they're trying to get it around. Danelle says, the Peacocks are gone. Good run by them. They had the tri-state area rooting for them 100%. As that shot there by Montreal is sticked aside by Dawes. And now Bastian comes into the offensive zone, feeds it over to Boquist. Bastian, now to Wood with a one-time shot, and that one might have gotten deflected. It did. Got deflected off by Canadiens sticking out of play. So we're going to face off here in the Canadian zone. 14-10 to go in the first period here. Again, no score so far between the Devils and the Canadiens. Gerard says, go St. Peter's. Wait, he says, no, St. Peter's lost. Yeah, it is unfortunate. Didier says, And Gerard says, go Peacocks. Yeah, it is. For a lot of people, it is unfortunate that St. Peter's could not keep the run going. I felt actually relatively confident that they could pull off an upset, but they got off to such a really, really poor start in the game, and they really just never recovered. And North Carolina just absolutely dominated them from start to finish, and was never really a contest. And that was kind of the unfortunate thing. But still, they went way further than they were expected. There's a 2-on-1 here, feeds it over to Suzuki, but he couldn't control it. As Caulfield did the saucer pass, but there was a little bit too much sauce on that pass, and Suzuki couldn't handle it. Gerard says, we love, and he says, we love Neil. Well, thank you so much, Gerard. I appreciate the compliment, man, 100%. Again, guys, if you like what you're seeing, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. Really, really does help out the channel tremendously. As now the Devils come in, VZ drops it off to Greer. That one gets broken up by Montreal, and they'll dump it out of the zone. Kanakurainen, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well as always here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as that shot gets deflected just wide of Montembeault. It says Thatcher Demko is a beast in goal. Too bad his defense lets him down. I can honestly relate to that with some of the years that we've had previous in which the Devils couldn't score, but their goaltending was very, very solid. So I can understand that. Never heard of the Peacocks. Never knew they were from Jersey City, a small school. To be quite honest with you, most people didn't know who they were. I actually found out about them when they were playing in their conference tournament in their semifinal. So I knew them for a relatively decent time, but I didn't know them like at the beginning of the year. That's for certain. It's now 44. Tries to feed it over to the slot. It got broken up. Mike Hoffman tries to make a pass. Intercepted by Jesper Bratt, and now he comes in with speed. Jesper Bratt drops it off. Gets it to Nico Hischier. Now to Dougie Hamilton with a shot, and that one is stopped by Montembeault. Point blank save there by Montembeault. Probably the best chance of the night so far for the Devils. Now here come the Canadiens back into the zone. 71 has some space. Tries to feed it in front. It gets blocked. Intercepted though by Montreal. Gerard says, heck of a run. Absolutely. Absolutely. Didier, I think he was trying to put some emojis. All I see is words, but actually it's more emojis. Emoji is cool. It can be cool. It can be cool. Gerard says, Jacob, why do you have a problem with Danelle? Yeah, I don't know, man. Gerard said, Anaheim fucks. All right, there you go. Don't know about that. Didier says, who is Neil? I am Neil. My name is Neil Villapiano. I'm the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network, which covers the New Jersey Devils. So that is who your host is today. RJ says it is now 9-2 Penguins over the Detroit Red Wings in the third. That is definitely a blowout. Gerard says the Red Wings suck. They definitely did not play well today. That's for damn sure. Sabres have tied up the Rangers at 4 in the third period, so that's a good one. Kanakurainen says, I was watching the highlights. He pulled off an incredible save where his right pad dropped to the floor just before the puck went under him. Talk about Thatcher Demko. Yeah, again, Demko has been one of the better goaltenders and more consistent goaltenders since the season started. But again, hasn't had as much support as I'm sure he would like. Gerard says Purdue sucks. I agree with that 100%. RJ says it is 3-3 between the Flyers and the Predators in the third period. A drop pass to Anderson. He comes in with a shot, and that one is stopped and covered by Nico Dawes as Josh Anderson had a partial breakaway, had a little bit of trouble controlling it, still got a good shot off, but Nico Dawes makes the save, and we get a stoppage in play. 10:29 to go in the opening period. Still no score here in our game between the Montreal Canadiens and the New Jersey Devils, and we'll step aside for the first time tonight to get a word from our sponsors. So a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure, guys, when you sign up for DraftKings to use our promo code THPN and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So we got just about 10 and a half minutes to go in the opening period again of our game between the Montreal Canadiens and New Jersey Devils. Both teams have had a couple of good chances here or there, but so far, no score. But I'm sure goals will be coming as this game progresses. We got some other comments here. Didier says, oh, okay, I'm subbed. Well, Didier, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much, man, for doing that. Really appreciate it, my friend. Everybody welcome Didier's Gaming's, the newest subscriber of the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. What's going on, Andy? Front Row Productions saying, hello, everyone. I'm from the friggin' Attic Circle of Washington, D.C., where winter is back. Yes, we have been getting some winter weather here on the East Coast, which is not great, but what are you going to do? But good to see you as always, Andy. Hope you're doing well today. Another score update, 1-0 Leafs over the Panthers in the first period. JT Ramirez says, guess what I'm about to say. Cowboys winning the Super Bowl and the Leafs winning the Cup. I think I'm about right. Am I right, Jeff? As our breakaway chance for Jesper Bratt, and that one is stopped by the stick of Montalbano cover. Jesper Bratt getting a great feed from Damon Severson on that long play, but Bratt couldn't get enough of it to beat Montalbano, but a great pass nonetheless, parting the White Sea there, the White and Red Sea of Montreal, and then again, Bratt trying to go 5-hole, but Montalbano shut the door. Now it's 10-2 Penguins over the Red Wings in the third. That has gotten crazy. Crazy. Kanakuinen says, I'm just trying to get my head around how VC can get a solid win over the current top team in the NHL has, then up losing to Minnesota. Just get that consistency, please. It's called hockey, man. It's a magical, unpredictable sport. You never know when a team's going to get themselves a win or lose. You never know. You never freaking know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What's going on, Kevin? He says, evening, Neil. Evening, chat. Evening, Kevin. How you doing today, my friend? Thank you as always for hanging out with us, man. Really do appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. You already know the drill. It helps out the channel tremendously. Kevin says, how are you all? I think we're all doing pretty well so far. JT, of course, says Cowboys winning the Super Bowl, Leafs winning the Cup. We shall see about that. Didier says, question, are you the creator of the channel? I am not the creator. Isha and Dylan, along with our good friend Josh Deming, are the creators of this channel. I am just one of the hosts that comes on here and does live watch-alongs with you guys. Lauren says, hi, Neil. I'm heartbroken. My UCLA Bruins lost to North Carolina. Well, I kind of feel your pain, Lauren, because now St. Peter's lost to North Carolina, so I understand that feeling. We led throughout the game and still lost. It isn't as heartbreaking as last year when we lost to Gonzaga, but it's still heartbreaking. Of course, it sucks when your team loses, especially in an important game like that. But, Lauren, you still got the rest of the Ducks season, and then you got baseball coming up with the Angels, so you got that. But leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. Martin St. Louis, the interim head coach of the Montreal Canadiens. He has been the interim coach since February 9th, just a day after the Devils blew out the Canadiens 7-1, which obviously forced the Canadiens to finally fire Ducharme. So that was kind of a funny thing there. Mike Hoffman is in the chat. He says, I am elite. Good to see you as always. Mike, hope you're doing well. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. He says, I'm elite. Go UNC. All right. Let's see what else here. St. Peter's put up more of a fight than UCL gay. I don't know about that. I think it was a little bit close. I think it was closer between UCLA and UNC, but, St. Peter's, the clock just struck midnight. That was pretty much it. And that's the unfortunate part. Offsides here against the Devils with 8:11 to go. Still no score. Lauren says, last year's loss to Gonzaga hurts because we lost at the buzzer. We had a great run last year as the 11th seed. This loss to UNC is heartbreaking, but not as heartbreaking as last year. And yeah, I can understand that. You had such an incredible run last year, one game away from playing in a national championship, and you lost on a buzzer beater. That was kind of the difference in that one, but it was an absolutely great run by them. Tough loss again this year, but still you get to the Sweet 16. You look at UCLA, I think they'll be very, very competitive for several more years. 7-4, the Yankees won against the Pirates earlier today in spring training, so there you go. Furrow says, Neil, that account about talking about you using the N-word, us, not Jacob, ban it, please. I guess I'll try. I've never had to do this, so I guess I'll try. So I blocked it, so that's the best I could do. We'll see how that goes. Danelle says, a lot of people have said that March Madness is more exciting than the NBA. I think in many ways I can honestly agree with that, Danelle, because of just the, it's one game. It's not a series. It's just one game. You got to come out with your best. And if you do, you're moving on. If not, you lose. That's kind of how it goes. Kana Kuinen says, I doubt very much Leafs win the Cup. I'm going for the Panthers. I think the Panthers could definitely make a long run. That's for damn sure. Next game is Canadiens versus Florida. 3-3 Preds and Flyers. Thank you, Jacob. Didier says, next game is Montreal versus Florida. Yep, you are correct. Ike goal is fake. Yeah, I got rid of it. No worries. Lawrence says, my Ducks have lost 9 straight and their playoff hopes are pretty much done. I can't wait until Dallas Eakins is gone. Worst Anaheim Ducks coach of all time. You could definitely make an argument for that. What's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for the comment and saying hi. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream while you're here, my friend, and subscribe. Really does help out the channel. And again, if you guys are new to the channel and you subscribe, let me know in the chat that you did subscribe so I could shout you out here on the stream. What's going on, Jamal? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well. He says, go Devils. Awesome. Who win? Well, currently it's no score, but I want the Devils to win. I think they're going to win this one. I'm going to say 4-2. That's going to be, actually, I'm going to go with 5-2 Devils in this one. Let's see here. Andy says, go Devils. Danelle says, Neil, how do you feel about Kyrie's home debut for the Nets at the Barclays Center tonight against the Hornets? I feel great. I think it's just kind of, it's one major hurdle that we finally were able to get over. I'm just glad that there was a solution to that whole situation. And now, there's really no excuse. Now the Devils almost are at full strength with still needing Ben Simmons to eventually come and play. Who knows when that's going to be? But just the fact that Kyrie gets to play every game now, except with the exception of still Toronto, I think is great. And hopefully gives the Devils a chance to gain some chemistry here late in the season and hopefully put together a long winning streak to get themselves up in the standings as much as possible. Jamal says to Danelle, are you a Devils fan? Danelle's more of a supporter of every team in the tri-state area, so he's a Islanders, Devils, and Rangers fan. He just likes supporting all the teams in the New York metropolitan area. Jacob says, go Vegas Golden Knights, all right. Jamal says KGV, not sure. As a shot there by Brett is stopped by Montembeault. Good opportunity again for Brett, but he couldn't cash in. Tried to stuff it in on the second try, but again, Montembeault strong in net so far. Very impressive to see. RJ says Devils play Bruins on March 31st, so in a couple of days, they play the Boston Bruins in that one. Thank you so much for that update, RJ. Appreciate it. Didier says, I go to Bell Center on April 21st. I'm so happy. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. I hope you have a great time, and hopefully the Canadiens win for you. Jack Hughes dekes around a defender, comes in, takes the shot, and that one is stopped by Montembeault. Oh my goodness, Jack Hughes weaving through defenders there, but he couldn't get it past Montembeault, who continues to be a brick wall in net. Now that shot there by the Devils is stopped and also covered and held by Montembeault, and another shot by Hughes. Sam Montembeault, the story of this game so far, really, really being strong in net. What's going on, James? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well. He says, hi, Neil. Cheers for the game. Thanks, man. 3-2 overtime. Who do you got, though? Devils or Habs in overtime? RJ says it is now going to overtime between the Rangers and Sabres, tied at 3. Bodger says, you feel a Jake Allen trading coming in the offseason after Price comes back. Case, since Montembeault is young and good, I wouldn't want to trade him. I think it's possible. I think there's going to be some goalie-needy teams in the offseason. I think Jake Allen could be a pretty solid starter for another team that gives him a chance. As now the Devils come in. Dougie Hamilton with a shot that gets blocked. Front row says, Neil, how much are Devils home game tickets? They're usually pretty cheap, between something like $5 to $15, considering the team is not really that great. It's a pretty cheap place to go see a hockey game, I would say. Now the Canadiens come in. Romanov takes a sharp angle try, hits the side of the net. Canadiens keeping it in, though. Lawrence says Eakins is worse than Bruce Boudreau. I didn't like Boudreau because he was overrated. He was a playoff choker, and we lost Game 7s at home when he was head coach. Eakins flat out sucks. Well, I think definitely Boudreau is a lot better overall than Eakins, because at least Boudreau got them to the playoffs and got them to the conference finals one time, but neither one of them could get the job done that everybody in Anaheim would want. What's going on, Cole? Good to see you again, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel as Miles Wood feeds it over to Boquist, gets the stick off, knocked off them, no penalty. Says, hi, Neil. Been a while. It is Cole from Nashville. It is Cole from Nashville. It has been a while, but how you doing today, Cole? What's new and exciting, my friend? Will Miller back in the chat saying, go Blues, 22 Stanley Cup champs. They can get in the playoffs and make a run. Let's see, will they have a Gloria-esque run like they did back in 2019? We will see as Canadiens come in. Caulfield with a shot that goes wide. Canucks with a doubleheader against the Blues. That will be massive, but I must remind myself their goal horn is so stupid it's like being at a circus. Hope I never hear it. Well, I mean, they play the old keyboard there, the old piano keyboard type thing there after they score. They kind of like do old school, which people in St. Louis seem to enjoy. Jacob says, Neil, I got a new candy shop near my house. Very cool. I want the Caps in the playoffs, Andy says. Andy, they're going to make the playoffs. It's just a matter of, are they going to be a wild card team or top 3 in their division? That's only the question. James is going to go with a 3-2 overtime win for the Habs, all right? Didier says, I can't wait to go to the Bell Center. I'm sure you're going to have a great time, my friend. That is awesome that you're going to be doing that. 1-1 between the Panthers and Maple Leafs in the first period. We got 3:20 to go here in the first of our game between the Devils and Canadiens. Still no score here, although both teams have had some really, really good point-blank opportunities. My wonderful mother, as always, is in the chat. She says, hi, everyone. Slow start here. Let's see some scoring. Neil, you sound good. I think your stuffy nose is better. Yeah, been dealing with a cold the last couple of days, but this has definitely been the best I've felt in quite some time. I just have a little bit of a cough, but it's not too severe, so I'm feeling pretty good today. But thank you, as always, for commenting and hanging out. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. It's a nice feed in front to Nico Hischier. He got the puck on his stick and took a shot, but a better save by Montembeault. Now Montreal's Cole Caulfield with a shot that gets deflected out of play. 2:37 to go here in the first. Again, both teams with chances, but the goaltending's been strong so far. No score here still in this one. As got some other comments here. One Devils tickets is $55 for New Jersey Devils tickets. In some games they can be. It also depends on where you sit. Will Miller says Canucks trash. All right. Ivan Romanov, again in the chat. His cousin is in this game. He says, my cousin is on the Habs. Yes, he is. We talked about this in another stream, and we are watching him today, man. But Ivan, while you're here, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. Rangers ended up winning in overtime over the Sabres by the score of 4-3. Fadji says, March 22nd. Neil is streaming. Jacob says, I gotta go. Gonna go watch Vegas destroy the Shinnipeg Jets. Winnipeg proceeds to shut out Vegas 4-0. Jacob, when are you admit that the Jets own the Knights? We'll see if Jacob has a response. Didier says, bye, Neil. I need to go. Bye. No worries, Didier. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, interacting, donating, and subscribing, man. Really appreciate all your support, my friend. Hope to see you again in another stream soon. Now says, Rangers beat the Sabres 4-3 in overtime. Yep. Didier says, oh, and I forgot, I'm fans of you. Well, thank you so much, Didier, for all of the wonderful compliments and everything that you did, man. Really appreciate it. Will says Sabres is trash. They have been trash for a long time. Kanakuinen says also Canucks with a huge doubleheader against Vegas after that. Beat them in both games. We should sneak a playoff spot. Big week coming up for the Vancouver Canucks. They can go 3 out of 4. I think that would be a massive success. Massive success. Jacob says Canes or Caps and Vancouver or Blues. I'm going to say Caps and Canucks. Those are going to be my predictions there. My bad. Rangers beat the Sabres 5-4 in overtime. All right. Thank you for the clarification there, Danelle. Appreciate it. Andy's, of course, going to go with the Habs. Will says Neil is the best. Thank you for the compliment, Will. Really appreciate it. Jacob says, Jets don't own nothing. Vegas owns the Jets in the playoffs. But neither one of you have won a Stanley Cup, so you're both even. Andy says, Neil, are you still flying high after that crazy Devils win last week? Oh, yeah, the game against the Rangers. I'm still flying a little bit high from that. That was a lot of fun. That was certainly a lot of fun. No question about that. I'm just happy that the Devils have been competitive over the last 2 months, scoring a lot of goals and having individual guys really, really cap off great statistical seasons, which I think is important, especially when the team overall is not going to end up making the playoffs. Ben says, let's go. Will says, Cats rhymes with trash. No, win, not son. I know what you meant, Andy. As Jacob, Vegas not making the playoffs. They may not if they don't get themselves going here. That's for sure. We have the 31st best goal horn in the league ahead of the Capitals goal horn. All right, so you got something in common with the Capitals. Jacob says Vegas has the third easiest games left. Well, they still got to win those games, though. Caps does not rhyme with trash. In some cases, I guess in some people's minds it does. Capitals goal horn is AIDS. It almost does. That's a strange shot there. It's Jack Hughes with a shot himself. That one is stopped. Follow-up try by Mercer gets blocked as well. And he says, bro, people die from AIDS. That's not funny. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Lawrence says, my Ducks played the Dallas Stars 2 times in a row on Tuesday and Wednesday. So a lot of teams playing back-to-backs against the same opponent kind of brings back a little bit of the vibe from last year when everybody was playing each other 6-7 times. It's kind of weird. Didier says, I'm back. Excuse me. Hey, no worries, Didier. We appreciate you hanging out with us regardless of how long you're here, my friend. Thank you so much. And thank you guys all for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate the support as always. Love interacting with everyone. Again, my name is Neil Villapiano. I'm the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network, which covers the New Jersey Devils. New episodes every Monday and Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts. So go check it out. And if you do, make sure to leave a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. That would also be very much appreciated. We got about 50 seconds to go here in the first period of this one. Both goaltenders have been sharp so far. It's a turnover there by Montreal. And Jack Hughes rips it top shelf and he scores. It's Jack Hughes. Who else would get the Devils on the board first? And with 43.4 to go in the first period, the Devils are on the board. As I literally just was complimenting Montebao for having a strong first period, he makes a bad pass. I guess he was trying to feed it to Romanov, just made it a little bit too much. He fed it to basically Jack Hughes. Hughes intercepts it, goes top shelf over the glove of Montebao and in, and he gives the Devils the early lead. Let's see here. So we got a lot of comments again. Ben says 10-5 Penguins right now. That is a scoring game, my friend. 15 goals in that one. Jack Hughes' goal, 25th, 23rd, I think I saw, of the season there for number 86. That was a big one. Baji says, just got an ad while watching the Jets game. Apparently April 4th when we face Detroit is Hellebug Bobblehead Day. The bobblehead shows him fishing, so you might have to go to that game. Well, Fagio, can you get me an extra one and send it to me, man? I would love to have that. Andy said he ate spicy Chinese food for lunch. How was it, my friend? Hopefully it was good. Will says, go Blues, go Devils. Love it. Danelle says, Anders got screwed in 2 games back-to-back yesterday against the Bruins with a high stick goal and a goal that was called back offsides against the Lightning. Fortunately, that's hockey sometimes, man. That's hockey. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Again, 1-0 Devils on a goal. 41 seconds to go in the period by Jack Hughes. Is Mike Hoffman with a shot that's stopped by Dawes. My Ducks started off strong this season, but we have collapsed. Kind of was like that with the Devils as well, to be honest. 10-2 against the Red Wings for the Penguins. Sorry. No worries, man. Danelle says Hughes scored. Andy with the fire emoji. It's now 11-2 Penguins. That is getting out of hand. Didier's not really that happy. Says no. Also an emoji. Andy says it's 11-2 now. Again, ridiculous. Will says Predators stupid banners. I mean, they're kind of funny. I like how they also roast themselves sometimes with them, which I think is great. Kind of Kukainen says, to me, Vancouver are one or two quality players short of having an actual really good team. Demko, Miller, Pettersson, and Garland are real quality, but they need teammates to keep pushing them. They may go into a rebuild, though, my friend. I don't know exactly what Jim Rutherford's going to do after the season. They may be sellers. They may not. We'll see. But we have now come to the end of the first period here of our game between the Devils and Canadiens. Jack Hughes, with 41 seconds to go in the period, scored on a turnover when Top Shelf beating Montebao. And as a result, it is 1-0 Devils after 20 minutes of play. Didier says, my favorite player is Nick Suzuki, number 14. That's a good player to be a fan of. Going to be a main cog in the Canadiens rebuild for years to come. Will says, Red Wings came back and are up 12-11. Dude, that would be hilarious if that was true. Danelle says, the Oilers-Flames game was wild last night. It was old school hockey. Did you see the score of the game, Neil? Yeah, it was 9-5? It was a high-scoring game. I think something I saw Draisaitl, he had a hat trick, but also had a plus-minus of -4. Calgary blew out the Oilers in that game. Crazy game, though, but again shows the problems that the Oilers have when it comes to goaltending. And it's, again, I can't believe they didn't do anything at the deadline to fix that problem. Will Miller says, regular season champs, LOL. Jacob says, Vancouver is missing more than 1 to 2 good players. They need good backup goalies. They do need to get an improvement over Halak, and maybe they'll do that in the offseason. That's certainly something that they probably should try to do. Lauren says, Isles Girl 3's Islanders lost today. I can't believe we lost to her team twice. I even told her on her Islanders Rangers live stream that I can't believe we lost to our Islanders again. The Islanders trying to finish the season on a high note. A year that had probably very high expectations for the Islanders is going to end up with them not only not making the playoffs, but, competing for a top pick in the draft, which is crazy. Vaggio says to Lauren, for the sake of Jets fans, Knights fans, and Nucks fans, please beat Dallas. All right. So there you go. We'll see what Lauren says. I even told her once again the Dallas Eagles should be fired. You tell me all the time, and I agree with you 100%. Jacob says 80% of Jets fans become Montreal fans if the Jets miss playoffs. Ha ha ha. Ed Faggio is going to be a Habs fan after this season. No, he's not. Let's see what else is going on here. RJ letting me know it is now a final. Penguins blow out the Red Wings by the score of 11-2. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Didier believes that the Habs will go back to the Cup Finals in 2023. It's always possible. It is always possible. They have some assets. Maybe they can make some moves to improve their team. And with a healthy Carey Price, definitely gives them a chance. So we'll see. Neil says the teams that have been good for years now, like the Capitals, Penguins, Lightning, Maple Leafs, they will start rebuilding down the line. Yeah, I would say probably give it another 2, maybe 3 years to now, and then you'll start seeing those teams begin their descent and their decline, and then there'll be some new teams that'll get it going. That happens. It does happen, especially for the Penguins and the Capitals, who have been, really good for a long period of time. No doubt about it. But yeah, again, at the end of one period here of our game, the New Jersey Devils on a goal by Jack Hughes lead the Canadiens 1-0. Another update here from RJ. He says it's tied at 4 goals apiece between the Flyers and Predators. So there you go. Another update. Thank you again, RJ. But before we continue here, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to step aside to get another word from our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring! 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So once again, a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure, as always, guys, when you sign up for DraftKings, to use our promo code, which you can see right here in the bottom right corner, THPN. So again, welcome to the first intermission report of our game between the Montreal Canadiens and New Jersey Devils. Jack Hughes, with 41 seconds to go in the period, scored off of a takeaway, a bad pass by Montembeault. Jack Hughes went top shelf, beating Montembeault, scoring to give the Devils the 1-0 lead, and that is where we are at the end of the first period. So let's see some other comments here. There's another update here from RJ. He says 1-0 Wild over the Colorado Avalanche in the second period. That's a really good matchup between two teams, not only who are going to make the playoffs, but certainly have very high expectations. Baji says, okay, yeah, we're not being a Habs fan. Also, how does it feel that you're going to kiss the playoffs in the first time in forever, miss the playoffs? Your team is a fluke. You have 15 mil in LTIR, and you made Jack go worse somehow. Fagio is having his weekly arguments and back and forth with Jacob, which is always great. RJ says, 1-0 Jets over the Coyotes, end of one. Project says, Lauren, if you were Owlsgirl 3 stream, did you see a dude named Harry in there? So there you go. Everybody's having conversations with each other in the chat, which is fine, which is great. Love that you guys not only interact with me, but you interact with everybody else on the stream. Will Miller says, go Blues. We've never been shut out this season. I think now that makes the Blues the only team in the NHL that is yet to be shut out. I know for a long time the Devils were in that same boat, but that ship has sailed. But I mean, if you could go an entire season, even getting to this point and being able to still not get shut out in a game is quite impressive. It's quite impressive in its own. So good job by the St. Louis Blues. Jacob says, my dad is better than KFC, a.k.a. the big shitter. I think he's talking about Kyle Connor. I mean, look, it all depends on preference. I think both players are tremendous players in their own right. Do not get me wrong. I think they also are good at different skills with different skill sets. So, it's always hard when you make a comparison between one player is better than another, especially if the two players are different in the way that they play the game. So I think that's kind of the whole difficulty at times with it. Will says, Colorado got shut out 2-0, so we're the last team to not get shut out. Still, incredibly impressive with less than 20 games to go in the season. The St. Louis Blues have still yet to be shut out this year. Will says, Pavel Buchnevich is good. I think that was honestly one of the best moves of the entire season that I saw. For the Blues to only have to give up, I think they only had to give up Sammy Blais in that one. For them to flip Sammy Blais for Pavel Buchnevich is a really, really good deal. I kind of saw it from the Rangers' perspective as twofold. One, they wanted to bring in more grit and more tenacity because of the way Gerard Gallant plays the game. And also just the fact that the Rangers maybe, I guess, didn't feel like that the price that Buchnevich was asking for, maybe they felt like it was too much. So I guess that's why they ended up just deciding to move on from him. Even though I think the Rangers would love, especially with the way that they played in the offense and things like that, I'm sure they would love to be able to still have Buchnevich playing. But Buchnevich is definitely earning himself big time amount of money and playing very, very well in his first year in St. Louis. Jacob says Logan Thompson over Connor Hellebuck. No, see, I that's where I could tell. Obviously, it's the bias, and I get it. And here's the thing: I get it because you're a Vegas fan, Jacob. But at the same time, man, you also got to be fair in realizing that Logan Thompson is just an average goaltender, and Connor Hellebuyck has been one of the better goaltenders of the last several years. So, Will says, do you think Ryan Reeves retires after the season? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know really where Reeves stands as far as, how much of the physicality that he brings to games is taking a toll on him. I'm sure he would love to get an opportunity to try to go win a cup. Maybe the Rangers will do that. But I guess it all depends on how he feels at season's end and also what type of opportunities he may get next season. Didier says, question, who do you think will win the Stanley Cup? This is a really good question. I mean, there's definitely a bunch of teams out there that could definitely surprise some people, but I know people won't really be happy that I say this, but I'll say it anyway. I think until proven otherwise, I have to go with Tampa Bay because I really just don't see any flaws in them. I know Florida has stacked themselves and they're really looking to make a long run, but you look at Tampa, they've been there before. They're playing with house money basically. If they don't win the cup, it's not the end of the world because they've already won 2 in a row. But if they do win the cup, especially in the way that the salary cap is structured nowadays and everything, I think it's a pretty remarkable thing in itself. And I don't really see any teams out of the Eastern Conference except maybe Florida that really, to me, stand out and say, that's the team that I think is going to come out of the East. And then as far as the West is concerned, I like my chances with still my Western Conference pick at the beginning of the season. That was the Calgary Flames. Because of the fact that the Flames are really in a position where it has to be, you have to make a long run or this core is going to get dismantled. And it might still be the case anyway, regardless of what they do this year. But they definitely need to make a long run if they want to give themselves a chance to convince some guys like Kachuk and Gaudreau to stay long-term to try to see if they can have multiple runs at winning a championship. So I'm going to go with Tampa to take on Calgary and then Tampa to win its 3rd straight Stanley Cup. That's my answer to your question, Didier. Lauren says, do you think next season my Ducks will take a leap similar to our rival, the Kings? We need to fire Dallas Eakins, but have talented players like John Gibson and Trevor Zegras. I think that's a very, very good comparison, Lauren, and I would say yes. I definitely think that the Ducks need a better, more up-to-the-date coach, and the question, I don't know who that's going to be, but we'll see. But I definitely look at that and I say, yeah, I think that they are definitely next season. I expect them to make a step up like you're seeing LA do this year with getting into the playoffs and doing something. And they do have, like you said, they do have the talent other than those guys, Troy Terry as well, guys like that can really, really get something going in Anaheim. The Kings will make the playoffs. Do you think my Ducks take a similar leap next season? Yes, I do. Vegas not winning a cup for 83 years. That would be quite remarkable if that was the case. Very specific too, Will. Vegas ruins their team. They definitely have ruffled a lot of feathers of fans as well as players on the team. So I don't know how fans feel about that, but let's see if it can finally pay off if and when they get in the playoffs. Will believes the Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup. All right. What do you guys think? What other predictions you guys got? Who else? What are your guys' predictions as to who's going to win the cup? Jacob says, Hawks, Preds, Panthers all lost to Logan Thompson, a.k.a. AHL goalie. I mean, he still probably is. Again, they've had other options, and I'm sure he's going to have to carry a lot more of the load in the future. But right now, when you're comparing him to Connor Hellebuyck, there really isn't that much of a comparison. Will says, Lightning 22 champs, Colorado not 22 champs. So, Will, are you taking the Lightning or the Panthers to win the cup? Let me know because I'm trying to figure out. Because you said Florida and Tampa. Are you just saying either or? We'll see. Kana Kuinen says, I've been watching this fascinating documentary about NHL rivalries, and I've been watching the Flyers vs. Penguins rivalry. Which do you consider the fiercest? That's a really good question. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones out there. I think the Battle of Alberta has certainly taken a new level now, considering how it's been the last 2 or 3 years. I think certainly Penguins-Flyers is still a very big rivalry, despite the Flyers not being as good as they used to be. I think you've seen Vegas and San Jose over the last couple of years turn into a great rivalry out in the West. I think those are some of the rivalries that I think are probably the most fierce right now. He says, are you in a hockey team, not NHL? I used to play hockey when I was in high school. I don't play anymore. Now I just cover it for a living, which I get to do what I love, which I'm definitely happy about. Will says Vegas poverty franchise. Could agree with that. I think Florida will win the Stanley Cup, Didier says. All right. Logan Thompson is 5-4 with a 3.01 goals against average. Having a three over goals against average is not great, honestly, to be quite honest with you. Florida hockey team, 22 champs. Rangers not. Flames is almost. Toronto definitely not. Blues champs, Panthers, Lightning. So Will's actually just been rattling off some of the teams he thinks will actually end up winning the Stanley Cup. All right. Starcastic Remarks, which covers the Dallas Stars here on the Hockey Podcast Network. They say Boston or Toronto. So that's a pretty bold pick. I could see Boston, but Toronto, let's see if they could just win a playoff series. But again, guys, also just to let you know, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. Really does help out the channel. And if you're new and you do subscribe, let me know and I will shout you out here on the stream. Also, again, if you guys want to, you don't have to, but it's certainly appreciated. You guys can donate. All donations go back to the hosts like myself. They are not required, but definitely appreciate 100%. Lauren says, Ducks-Sharks is a great rivalry. Next year, if we fire Dallas Eakins and take a step forward, the Ducks-Kings can come back being one of the best. It's possible. A new era. I mean, it was fun in the early 2010s, 2012, 2013, 2014. That was a good time for both the Ducks and Kings to battle it out for playoff supremacy. That was good out there on the West Coast. No doubt about it. We'll see if that can we'll see what happens we'll see if that can come back. I'm sure people would love to see that. Let me take a sip of water here. Will says Caps, definitely not champs. Logan Thompson is a fringe starter. I think that's honestly a pretty accurate description. Didier says McDavid versus Crosby. OMG. That would be crazy if we got somehow Oilers versus Penguins and get that big matchup against those two great players. It would be interesting. Goaltending would be probably the biggest story as to which one could be more consistent. Danelle says, what's your Stanley Cup Finals matchup, Neil? Well, I said it before, but I'll say it again. Right now, I'm going with Tampa Bay versus Calgary, Danelle. That's what I think is going to end up in the Cup Final at this very moment. Zion to Los Angeles Lakers for AD. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily think that's a great move, but all right. Starcastic Mark says, should have said hi to you first before saying anything, Neil. Hi. No worries, guys. Good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening. As always, guys, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Really, really does help out the channel tremendously, man. But thank you so much as always for hanging out with us. But we are just about ready, ladies and gentlemen, to begin the second period of our game between the Montreal Canadiens and New Jersey Devils. Again, Devils coming into the second with a 1-0 lead on a goal by Jack Hughes, his 23rd of the season. So Jack Hughes is just 7 goals away from a 30-goal season, which is something that I'm sure he is looking to try to accomplish. And you're looking at also, this is a matchup between two of USA Hockey's bright young stars in Cole Caulfield and Jack Hughes. So this is still a pretty good matchup to watch as we are now underway here in the second period of our game between the Canadiens and the Devils. So we'll see what both teams have in store for us in this second period. AD is glad Zion be better in LA than in New Orleans. I think Zion would probably feel better anywhere other than New Orleans right now, but be a pretty blockbuster deal if the Lakers traded AD back to New Orleans for Zion Williamson. Be pretty crazy. DA says, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Oh, the old Rick Astley song. I think I just got Rickrolled by Didier. I love it. It's been a while since I've been Rickrolled. Kana Kukainen says, back then, if I kept following NHL over the years, I'd have picked Ducks, but I lost interest. However, I've gained a new interest. Of course, I picked the Ducks who have not won the Stanley Cup yet. I mean, it's fun, especially if you're a new fan and you pick a team that hasn't won a cup, because if they do, then you get to be part of the fan base that gets to see it for the first time, like when the Blues did it back in 2019. So, that's obviously very, very cool. So the Canadiens come in with a shot. That one gets blocked to the side here. Canadiens trying to amp up the pressure here early on in the second. Now the Devils come the other way with speed. Jack Hughes, he comes in with Sharangovich, gets to the one-timer to Sharangovich, and he just roofed it over the shoulder of Montembeau. But now Devils keep it in. Dawson Mercer with a shot, and that one is shouldered aside by Montembeault. Two great chances back-to-back there by the Devils' second line. Just couldn't get it home. It's Montembeault standing tall here after giving up the only goal so far this one. Now long feed to Jack Hughes. He's one-on-one with the defender. Gets it through his legs, stops, then feeds over to Mercer, gets broken up by Montreal. Let's hear as Danielle says Stanley Cup rematch of 2004, and that was the year I graduated from high school. Yeah, that would absolutely be the rematch of 2004, in which the Lightning defeated the Flames in 7 games. Although there was controversy in that Game 6, in which the puck, if you saw in the replay for the Flames, it definitely went in the net, but they never went back and looked at it. And then eventually, the Lightning would score on a game-winning goal by Martin St. Louis to force the Game 7. Sarcastic Remarks says, random thought, where is Brady going? I'm assuming you're talking about Tom Brady, Sarcastic. Here's the thing. I think that he will probably play for the Bucs this year. And then just based off of what I've heard, it sounds like he wants to actually take a crack at playing with the Miami Dolphins. So maybe Miami. But I would say probably this year, Sarcastic, he's probably going to stay in Tampa Bay and try to see if he can go win a cup again. Now, Miles Wood, again, making his season debut, comes into the zone, drops it off to Subban, and Subban backhands it to absolutely nobody, and now the Canadiens come the other way with speed. 71 feeds it over, gets it to 64, he takes a shot, and that high riser hits the back boards, so no goal there. Lauren says, that's all I have to say. I will see you guys later. No worries at all, Lauren. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. Jacob's jumping in with Didier saying, never again run around. Never gonna run around, I believe it is. Didier says, I can stop doing E. You are funny, Didier. I'll give you that. You are funny. Danelle says, people were saying that the Flames got screwed in that finals against the Lightning. I did root for the Flames in that final. Yeah, it would have been the Flames' second Stanley Cup if they had won it, but the Lightning ended up winning that in 7, winning their first Stanley Cup, the first of 3 in their history, as A.J. Greer with a shot that goes up high but covered by Montembeault, and then Dennis Savard and Greer pushing and shoving after the whistle. Some pleasantries there. Didier says, thank you. No worries, man. Appreciate your support, man. You've liked, you subscribed, you've interacted, you've even donated, man. You've been on fire today. You've been one of the best guys on here today. Really, really love that you're showing the support, man. It means a lot. Jacob saying it is Lakers up 69, nice, to 49 at half against whoever they're playing. Starcast from says, still can't believe it. Ginla never won a cup. Yeah, it is unfortunate. He stayed in Calgary for a long time, hoping that one day he would get the chance to get the Flames back to the finals. He could never get close. He got traded to Pittsburgh, if you remember. They got to the conference finals, but then got beat up in that series against the Bruins. And that was the last opportunity that Ginla had to go win a cup. He was also with the Bruins as well, who I think actually did make the finals when he was there, if I remember correctly. I'd have to look back. But he had some chances at the later part of his career, but just couldn't get it done. Flames got flamed 9-0. Did they get flamed? Did they really get? I don't think they played today. No, you mean 9-5? Are you talking about the game against the Oilers yesterday? Let's try to remember. We playing AD old team. Oh, you're playing the Pelicans. All right, cool. You are the beast YouTuber. Well, thank you so much for all the compliments and everything you've done, Didier. It really does mean a lot to me. It's really making my day, man. Really appreciate the support 1,000%. You guys are really awesome. I love doing these live watch-alongs and interacting with this great community that we have. Danelle said, had the Batman calzone from Little Caesars yesterday on my lunch break at work. It was good for the first time trying it. I would have it again. Very cool. Never had Little Caesars before. Not a big fan of, Little Caesars. But then again, I've never tried it. So, how much do I really know? But that's cool, man. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Jamal says, 9-5, they flamed the Oilers. Yes. The Flames in a 14-goal bonanza against their Alberta rivals, the Oilers. They blew them out 9-5. That was definitely a crazy game, 100%. Jamal also says Little Caesar is good. All right, well, maybe I'll give it a shot one day. Didier says, you're welcome. Again, thank you, man. As now Dawson Mercer comes in, takes the shot. Now want to stop by Montebao, scramble in front. But now the Canadiens are able to get the puck and come the other way. So dump it into the zone here. As now Subban gets over left side to Jack Hughes. Now Jack Hughes tries to get around a defender. He cannot, but and he loses the puck. And now the Canadiens will be able to control it. Battle of Alberta. Yes, one of the biggest, if not the biggest rivalry right now we have in the NHL. Jamal also says 4-2 is a blowout. I don't know if you'd say that's a blowout. And neither is 3-2 in my opinion. If you lose 5-2, you could say that. 6-2 definitely. Is 30-0 a blowout. It is definitely a blowout. If that's the end, if that's a final score of any sporting event, that is probably a blowout. I would say almost 100% on that. So now Miles Wood looks to come in with speed over Wideman, knocks the puck, then he gets hit along the boards by Wideman. Devils keeping it in though. It's Boquist, drops it off, slap shot by Graves, and that one just gets blocked. 45 now picks it up from Montreal. Can he get out of the zone? No. Bastian keeps it in. Bastian chips it over. Pass gets broken up. And then the Canadiens dump it out of the zone. 13 and a half minutes to go in the second period here. Devils still up 1-0 on a goal late in the first period by Jack Hughes. Graves gets it over to Jimmy Vesey. Vesey now, he whiffed on the pass but regained it. Gave it over to Severson. Long pass to Michael McLeod. McLeod now gets over to the right side to Greer, and Greer will then chip it into the zone. Jacob says, skip my comment. Oh, I did skip your comment. I apologize, Jacob. Would y'all ever stream on Twitch like play NHL 22 or some old hockey games? I think if I talk to the guys at the network, I think we could probably do something like that. So I'll see what they say, and we'll see if we can set it up, Jacob. As now the Canadiens keeping it in the zone here. Is 10-5 a blowout? Yes. But you scored 5 goals. That's a lot. It is a lot, but you still end up losing by 5, which is a lot. As now Jimmy Vesey fakes the shot, takes the shot after that, but it gets blocked easily by Montreal. And now the Habs look to come the other way. Have chip it in, but they are offsides here. And we'll get a stoppage in play. 12:31 to go in the second period. Devils still with the 1-goal lead. They lead it here against Montreal. 1-0, and we'll step aside for another moment to get another word from our sponsors.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
And welcome back, everybody, here to this live watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network in our game between the Devils and the Montreal Canadiens. Right now, it is 1-0 Devils with about 8 minutes into the second period. The only goal of this game so far was from the Devils. It came from Jack Hughes with about 41 seconds to go in that period. As the shots are now 17-9 in favor of the Devils, Jesper Bratt with the puck, waiting for reinforcements, gets it over to Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler, Fedsman, and we get a stop here for what? I don't know if they called it icing or something. That's kind of weird. Might have called it. Let's see here. Jacob says it's 69-420, a blood. Daddy Neal. Very nice. Very nice. I'd rather lose 5-10 than 5-2. I agree with you, Jamal, because again, like you said, you do score a lot of goals. Yes, you still get blown out, but you do score a lot of goals. So I will say that. So, I mean, you show a lot of it. The Devils have lost a lot of games this year in which they scored a lot of goals, but also conceded a lot as well. So, and I look at that and say, if you lose 7-5, okay, it sucks that you lost, but you know what? You scored a lot, which is important. As looks like there was too many men on the ice for the Devils as they were making a change. So now the Canadiens will get their first power play of the game, 11:36 remaining here in the second period, and a chance right now, trailing by a goal, to tie this one up. Jamal says, I'm kidding. All right. RJ says, 4-4 Flyers in Nashville in the third, 1-0 Minnesota over Colorado in the third, 1-0 Winnipeg over Arizona in the second, and then it's 2-1 Florida over the Maple Leafs in the second. Thank you for all of those updates as always, RJ. Appreciate it, boss man. DA says, I need to go real this time, so bye. See you next time, and you're welcome before I make your day. Thank you so much again, Didier, for hanging out with us, man. You have a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you again soon here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Jamal says, a duck walked up to a lemonade stand. Oh, here we go with this thing. I love this. A duck walked up to a lemonade stand, and he said to the man running the stands, hey, got any grapes? The man said, no, we just sell lemonade, but it's cold and it's refreshed and it's all homemade. The man said, can I get you a glass? The duck said, I'll pass. Then he waddled away, waddle, till the very next day. Then he waddled away, waddle. I know, Jamal, I know exactly what you're referring to. Job well done that you could actually put that all in the chat. Very impressive, my friend. 1 minute to go here on the Habs power play. 10.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Devils still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Now Suzuki comes over the right side with speed. He fires it around the boards here, trying to get it over to Caulfield. He gets it, but loses it. And then Severson's able to clear it for the Devils. Go all the way back down. Monteballo will play the puck, gets it away from Miles Wood, gets it over to Suzuki. Suzuki slowly makes his way back into the offensive zone, gets it to Caulfield on the right side. Caulfield chips it off the boards to himself, then chips over to the left side. Montreal slowly keeping it in. We've just reached the halfway point of our game. 24 seconds to go here in this power play for the Canadiens. As now Nico Hischier without a stick, but able to get back and retrieve it. And now Jimmy Vesey with a lot of space, looking for somebody, gets it over to Graves. Ryan Graves fakes the shot, loses the puck. Anderson takes it away. 3 seconds, 2-1. That'll do it for the Canadiens power play. So not much really on that one. And they're still trailing here 1-0 against the Devils. 9.5 minutes to go in the second period. As Dawes makes that save and knocks it out of play. So we'll get another stoppage in play here. 9:27 to go in the second. Devils just killed off a Canadian power play, and they still have the 1-0 lead. The Duck song, yes, absolutely. JT says, Neil is a legend. Well, again, thank you so much for the compliment, JT. Really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the compliments, subscribing, donating if you have. Thank you guys so much. Really say it. Really appreciate it. I like saying poverty franchise. My brother also likes saying poverty franchise. He says it like all the time. So, yeah, it's becoming a very trendy thing to say, especially in sports. Mike Hoffman, I guess he's saying that the Habs are going to end up losing this game only 1-0. So that would be pretty interesting if it ended up being just a 1-0 game, especially with how both of these teams are able to score and score a pretty decent amount. But, hey, I'll take a Devils win, however they're going to get it. A win is a win in my opinion. And I should mention this again, guys. The Montreal Canadiens are now already officially mathematically eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoff contention. If the Devils lose today in regulation, they will then be mathematically eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs, which they would become just the second team this year to be knocked out. What's going on, John? Good to see you, my friend, as always. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening. John, while you're here, you know the drill. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel. I'm pretty sure you're subscribed already, but if you, by some chance, are not subscribed, also make sure to subscribe. All of that is really, really helpful. How you doing, my friend? He said, what's good? Go Devils. Love it. Love it. He also says, let's go Devils. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And it's been, I got to be honest with you guys. I know you guys, as you all know, I try to cover at least one game for every single team in the NHL. I only got 5 teams left, and I still have about a month, so I still have time to get that all squared away and get that done. But I'm just happy that I've been able to do a couple of Devils games as my last couple of live streams, because at the end of the day, I am a Devils fan. I cover this team for the network, and you really get to see my passion come out when watching this team, and how much I know about this team in particular. I know a lot about the game of hockey and the NHL in general, but I really love that I get a chance to do Devils games. As Jack Hughes drops it off to Subban, who takes a wrist shot, but he whiffed. Or it might have been just a good stick check there. Habs coming the other way, looking for an on-man rush. Gets it over to that player, but it gets broken up. And a high flip there is going to go down for an icing. No. So now Dennis Savard will take it for Montreal with 8:45 to go in the second. Devils still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Jacob says, has Neil done a Vegas game? Jacob, I've done several Vegas games. I've done Vegas-Tampa Bay. I've done Vegas-Toronto. I've done several. So you're already covered, my friend. You're already covered. So the Devils dump the puck into the zone. Edmondson gets it over to Barron. Barron. I believe Barron is actually, Barron was the prospect that was dealt from Colorado to Montreal in the Lehkonen deal at the deadline. As now Barron has the puck. He takes a high wrist shot, and he just fired it high of the net. And that puck's going to go all the way down, and Montembeault will play it for Montreal with exactly 8 minutes to go here in the second period. Devils do a hat trick. Oh, well, if Jack Hughes can get himself 2 more goals, he will get himself a hat trick, which would be fun. I don't think a Devil player has had a hat trick this year. I could be wrong. I don't remember. That puck's going to go all the way down. Will Nico Daws play it? No. Montreal gets to it first. But it's immediately taken away by A.J. Greer, who gets knocked down, and that's going to be a penalty against the Canadiens. So the Devils will get their first crack at the power play, as Josh Anderson will go to the sin bin for 2 minutes on a trip. With 7:39 to go in the second period, Devils, still with this 1-0 lead, will now have a chance to see if they could double the lead. One of the things that does concern me, though, with the Devils going on the power play is that they do lead the NHL in shorthanded goals given up. I believe they've given up 11 now on the year. So I never feel that comfortable when they're on the power play. But hopefully they can create some chances and, best case scenario, score a goal. So we'll see here. Again, 7:39 now to go in the second period. Devils with their first power play starting right now, up 1-0. Face off. Well, it looked like it was won by the Devils, but the ref blew the whistle, so we get a false start here. So it's going to be Suzuki against Nico Hischier. It'll be to the right of Montembeault. Face-off is won by Montreal. Romanov now gets it, and he'll be able to quickly clear it down. Montreal has the 28th worst penalty kill in the NHL at 74.7. Devils with the 26th worst power play at 17.9. So I guess something's got to give here, right? Somebody's going to have a little bit more success in this one. As now Bratt tries to feed it over, easily taken away by Montreal. Now Suzuki will come by himself shorthanded, and he'll just try to kill clock. He gets pinned by Jack Hughes. He's still fighting with the puck here, and finally he gets it over to Jack Hughes, and now the Devils look to come the other way. Hughes slows up, waits for a trailer, tried to get it over to Nico Hischier, but he just missed him, and then Romanov tried to clear it, but now Severson takes a shot that gets blocked. Devils trying to control it now, wraps around the boards to Bratt. Now the Devils will settle it here with 1:06 to go on the power play. Bratt over on the right side, gets over to Nico, back to Bratt, top of the point to Severson, over to the left side to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes feeds it over to Bratt, couldn't control it. Now Severson with a slap shot, and that one gets deflected wide of the net. Hughes wraps it around the boards and gets it to Bratt. Brad again on the left side. Gets it over to Nico Hischier. Hischier now, he gets over to the right side. Gives it to Severson, top of the blue line. Over to Nico Hischier. He holds, takes a wrist shot, and that one also just goes wide of the net. 36 seconds to go in the Devils' power play. Jack Hughes fighting off a defender here. He gets it. Takes a sharp angle, high shot, and that one is stopped by Montebao. Canadians trying to clear it. They cannot. Severson slows it up. 25 seconds to go here on the power play. Bratt holds it. Left face-off circle. Bratt now in the left corner. Comes it back out top of the blue line to Severson. Slap shot by Nico Hischier. That gets blocked by Romanov. Now back to Nico. 10 seconds to go here. Severson fakes the slap shot over to Brown on the left side. He takes it. Feeds it over to Hughes. Shot. And he scores! Jack Hughes with his second goal of the game on the power play. And with 5:44 to go in the second, the Devils double the lead. It's now 2-0. And we were just talking about it before, John. You said Devils do a hat trick. Well, now Jack Hughes is now one goal away from a hattie, and he still has 5:44 to go in the second and the entire third. But the Devils, 1-for-1 on the power play. Great feed from Bratt to Jack Hughes, all alone on that right corner there in the slot. Open net, and he actually went through the legs of Romanov and into the net. And the Devils now up 2, with Jack Hughes getting now his 24th goal of the season. Starcastic Remarks says, Neil has done a Vegas game. He did the first official game back in October. Oh, you're right. I did the first ever Seattle Kraken game against the Vegas Golden Knights with you. With you, my friend. I remember that now. It was a fun game. It was a lot of fun. It was a back and forth game. Vegas, I believe, ended up winning by a goal, if I remember correctly. But that was a lot of fun. That was one of the first regular season live watch along. I believe it was the first live watch along of the regular season that we did. First of many that we've done here. And it's amazing how far we've come from October to now. And it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we could do another game down the road, man. That would be great. Jacob says, yay. So he's happy about the Devils doubling the lead there. Starcastic Remarks says, yup. Let me check. Have the Devils already gone to Dallas this year? I don't think they have. Let's see here. New Jersey Devils versus Dallas Stars. Have they? I know they played earlier. No, the Devils actually traveled to Dallas on April 9th for a 2 p.m. game in Dallas against the Stars. So, hey, if you guys want to do that game, that live watch along, I'm more than happy to do that because I haven't done a Stars game yet this year. That's one of the 5 teams I still need to do. So if you guys are up to it, one of you guys are up to it, let me know, and I'll talk to Josh, and we'll set that up. So we'll do that. But we get a stoppage of play here. A little bit more than 5 minutes to go in the second period. The Devils have doubled the lead here against the Habs on Jack Hughes' second goal of the night on the power play, and it's now 2-0 New Jersey. And we'll step aside for just a quick moment to get another word from our sponsors. So welcome back here to this live watch along between the Devils and the Montreal Canadiens. Jack Hughes just moments ago scored his second goal of the night on the power play to make it 2-0 Devils. Canadiens right now in the early stages of their power play, as just as we went to break, Miles Wood hit Edmonton up in the face with a stick, not with any intent, but it was kind of an accidental situation. And Miles Wood, making his season debut, been out the entire season with a hip injury. He gets himself in the penalty box. So minute 37 to go on the power play, 5:06 to go here in the second period. Devils up 2-0. And again, a big shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Again, guys, as always, Sign up for DraftKings, use our promo code THPN, and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. As that high rising shot by Nick Suzuki goes out of play. So the faceoff still in the double zone here. Minute 19 to go on the power play. 4:48 to go here in the second period. What's going on, Rainiel Soto? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening. He says, go. Hi. Good to see you as always. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. But good to see you as always, Rainiel. Always a pleasure to hang out with you. Devils win the faceoff, and then Severson will clear it down into the Montreal zone. The Devils 1 for 1 in the penalty kills so far, and they're 1 for 1 in the power play. So special teams, which has been a pretty big problem for most of the season, has actually gotten off to a good start in this one. As Cole Caulfield got knocked down, no penalty. Devils intercept it, and now they wrap it around. Now we got pushing and shoving after the whistle. It's Severson and Siegenthaler with Suzuki and Anderson, and I think this has to do with the fact that Caulfield got knocked down, and I guess Suzuki wanted to step up for his young teammate there. Siegenthaler with his helmet off. Cooler heads prevailed, I believe, and we'll see what the refs decide to call here. Kind of strange that ended up happening. But we'll see it again here. Caulfield got knocked down by Siegenthaler, and then Siegenthaler actually hit him. Hit him after the play, and I believe the ref actually gave Siegenthaler a penalty right then and there on that hit, even though he wasn't looking at him, which was kind of strange. And then Severson and Nick Suzuki were pushing and shoving after the whistle, and then Christian Dvorak grabbing the back of the neck of Siegenthaler, trying to knock him down. Dude, bodies were flying, and that was interesting. So we'll see what the refs decide after that. So Siegenthaler's in the box right now for the Devils. So it's actually now going to be a 5-on-3 for Montreal for the next 56 seconds. So if you're the Canadiens here, big opportunity to get back in this one when you're trailing 2-0. So we'll see what they can do. Andrew's in the chat. Good to see you as always, man. He says, oh my. Hi, Neil. Oh my. Good to see you as always, Andrew. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday afternoon. Thank you as always for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. He says, how are you doing? I'm doing very, very well, Andrew. Doing very well. Feeling better and just enjoying watching some hockey, man. But Andrew, as always, leave a like on the stream, man. Really does help out the channel tremendously. RJ says it is 3-2 Maple Leafs over the Panthers in the second period. So the Leafs were down 2-1 and now are up 3-2. Canadiens now begin their 5-on-3 for the next 50 seconds as Caulfield makes a bad pass to Hoffman and it goes all the way back down in the Habs zone. Canadiens will have to restart here. Andrew says he just did. Thank you as always, Andrew. Appreciate it a bunch. Is now 32. Gets it over to Suzuki. Now to Caulfield. Back to Suzuki here. Over to Mike Hoffman. 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Hoffman now. Hoffman feeds it over sharp angle. And that shot by 32 gets blocked. Can he regain it here? He gets it just in time. The puck gets deflected up. Caulfield controls it now. 15 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Suzuki gets it over to Caulfield. Caulfield to Mike Hoffman. Hoffman gets over 32. Tries to feed it over to the right side. Great save by Dawes. Follow-up try is also stopped by Dawes. Slot shot there by Caulfield, and he whiffed on it. 5-on-3 is over here, but still a minute to go on the second power play for the Canadiens. 32 over to Caulfield. Now to Hoffman. Teams are skating at 5-on-4 right now in favor of Montreal. Dvorak gets it over to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield, back top of the point to Hoffman. Hoffman fakes the shot, gets over to Caulfield, right face-off circle. He takes the shot, and that one goes over the net. But it stays in play, though. Hoffman over to Caulfield again. Caulfield gets it over Hoffman. That one is stopped and gloved and covered by Dawes. Nico Dawes with some great saves in these last few moments here on the 5-on-3. Made that cross-crease save, made the second save, and a third save on that last chance right as the 5-on-3 expired there. Great saves there by Nico Dawes to keep the Habs off the scoreboard. What else? Andrew says, poor St. Peter's. Yeah, it is unfortunate that St. Peter's ends up losing by 20 in the Elite Eight, and their Cinderella run comes to an end. But a great day, a great run by that team, a great job making New Jersey proud, putting New Jersey basketball on the map, putting it at a focal point in the media, which was great. Shout out to Coach Shaheen Holloway and that entire team for an incredible run. And, they've definitely made us all proud, 100%. So the Canadiens trying to keep it in here. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Gets over to 45. 45 has it now. 5 seconds to go here on the power play. Gets it top of the point. Power play is over here as that shot is deflected and they score. And it's Josh Anderson just as the power play expires. And with 2:24 to go in the second, the Canadiens have scored and cut the deficit in half. It's now 2-1. So that power play just ended as 45 got it. He had a little bit of control of controlling, gave it over to Wideman. Wideman creeped up a little bit, gave it to Dennis, gave it to 56, who took the slap shot. It was going wide of the net, but Anderson on a beautiful deflection was able to knock it past Nico Dawson in. And so the Habs cut the deficit in half, 2-1 now with 2:24 to go in the second. Neil says, Port Miami for a college basketball. Yes, unfortunately, also Miami ends up getting knocked out in the Elite Eight. So no over 10 or higher seeds make it. Josh Anderson's goal, by the way, 16th of the season, makes it a 2-1 hockey game. Andrew says, my uncle is here for a week, so I'm going to hang with him. Awesome, man. Hope you have a great time. Jacob is not happy that the Canadiens scored. All right, we'll see if the Devils can get the next one here and get the lead back up to 2. Andrew says his uncle's from Montreal. Very cool. Is he a hockey fan and is he a Canadiens fan? Let me know. Devils trying to get out of their zone here. Siegenthaler chips it over to Jack Hughes. Just missed them. 1:38 to go in the second. Both teams with a goal here in this period. Jack Hughes scored to make it 2-0. And then Josh Anderson from Lonan and Wideman at the 17:36 mark scored to make it 2-1. And that's where we are now, 2-1 Devils. So Romanov with a shot, and that one goes right into the glove of Dawes, and he'll cover. We have face off here. 1:20 to go in the second period. Canadiens just scored a few moments ago on a goal by Josh Anderson to make it now 2-1 Devils. Nell says, Devils failed to clear the puck, and that's why the Canadiens scored in that power play goal. Well, it ended up not being a power play goal because the power play had just expired, but yes, the Devils did struggle to get the puck out of the zone there to get a change, and the Canadiens just kept pressing and pressing. Eventually, Anderson kind of all alone in the slot there was able to get that deflection and score. So, yeah, it was a tough one, but Devils still winning, though, which is good. Mike Hoffman now with it for Montreal, trying to shake off Bratt. Hoffman slowly chips it into the zone, but then Graves takes it away. Now the Devils look to come the other way. Bratt gets the puck knocked off to him here, and here come the Canadiens with 1 minute to go in the period. Gets it over. Mike Hoffman couldn't control it. Otherwise, he would have had a good chance there. Intercepted by 71, but he is going to be called for offsides here. Face-off be just out of the Devils zone. 54.8 to go in the second. Devils still up here 2-1. Andrew says his uncle is a diehard Montreal Canadiens fan. So is my mom's side of the family, and my parents is from there. Very cool, Andrew. Very, very cool indeed, man. Well, I hope you and your uncle have a great time hanging out with one another, and you enjoy yourself, man. Andrew says, and dad's side as well. Awesome. Very, very cool, Andrew. Very cool. Canadiens coming into the zone, but again, they're called for offside. So another face-off just outside the Devils zone now with 48 seconds to go here in this second period. It's been a very quick game. It's only 8:30, and it's just after 8:30 here on the East Coast, and we're almost at the end of the second period. Fast pace game here as Dennis Savard tries to feed it over to his teammate, but it gets deflected out of play. Another face-off here is now it's a slow-moving streak here to the end of the second period. So we got 42.8 to go. Jack Hughes with both goals in this one so far for the Devils. 54 points in 46 games played. He's the Devils' second leading scorer. So he has definitely been really, really good tonight. As again, he's just 6 goals away now with the 2 he's gotten tonight, 6 away from 30. So I don't have any doubt that he won't get to 30 goals by season's end. Jacob says, my fam is Leafs, Habs, Vegas, Boston, and Sharks fans, me being the only Vegas fan. All right. You know, going against the family. I kind of like it, though. It's nice. You have your own identity. Very cool. That's why my lady is French name and my background is Ukrainian. Wow. Got a very interesting combination there. Last. I know what you meant, Andrew, but still, very, very cool, my friend. 25 seconds to go here. Canadiens keeping it in the zone. Dvorak being pinned by Siegenthaler behind the Devils' net. Dvorak gets the puck, though. Chips it over top of the point. Savard wraps it around, lost it. Siegenthaler had it for a moment. He's being pinned now. 8 seconds to go in the period. Boquist now with it. Gets over to Wood. Wood, can he get around the defender? He cannot. Taken away by Savard. 2 seconds and 1. And that will do it for the second period of play here between the Devils and Habs. The Devils started the period off with a goal on the power play by Jack Hughes with a little less than 6 minutes to go in the period. And then, with about 2.5 minutes remaining in this period, Josh Anderson scored on a beautiful deflection to get the Canadiens on the board. And as a result, it is 2-1 Devils after 40 minutes of play. So the Habs still down by the same deficit they were down after the first period. So we've gotten a close, good game so far through 40. So it should be a pretty exciting finish here going into the third. I'm a diehard Toronto fan. Nothing wrong with that, Andrew. Nothing wrong with that, man. Love the support for all the teams in the NHL here. Really awesome. But before we continue here with our intermission report, we are going to step aside again to get another quick word from our sponsors.
All right, teams, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs.
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision.
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So as always, a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure, as always, guys, to sign up when you sign up for DraftKings to use our promo code THPN. So welcome to the second intermission report of our game between the New Jersey Devils and the Montreal Canadiens. It is 2-1 Devils after 40 minutes of play. Jack Hughes with both goals, his 23rd and 24th, is the difference for the Devils. Josh Anderson getting his 16th goal of the year has the only tally so far for Montreal. We got a lot of comments here. This is interesting. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, a lot of... What's going on, Bobby B? Thank you so much for the comment, boss man. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening. Bobby, while you're here, man, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe Really does help out the channel. And if you do subscribe, let me know in the chat that you did so I can shout you out here on the stream. It says Big Daddy. Who's Big Daddy? I knew a guy when I was in summer camp that was called Big Daddy, but who's Big Daddy? Andrew says, my brother and sister has different teams. Nothing wrong with that. Bobby says, who won the 1974 Stanley Cup? I actually don't know off the top of my head. I'm actually going to look that up, Bobby. Let me look that up, actually. 1974 Stanley Cup Finals. 1974 Stanley Cup Finals. It was the Philadelphia Flyers. The regular season was expanded to 80 games per team. That would cause, and actually, yeah, they beat the Boston Bruins in, I think, 6 games, I believe. Yeah, that was part of the Flyers Broad Street Bully days, Bobby. Cool. Well, thank you for that. What's going on, Mosh family? Thank you so much for the comment, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on a Sunday evening. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. Really would appreciate it. He says, I'm a Habs fan. Awesome. Love that we got Habs and Devils fans in the chat tonight. Said Montreal. All right. Bobby says, who won the 1974 Stanley Cup? That would be the Flyers in 6 games over the Boston Bruins. RJ says, the Predators ended up defeating the team we just mentioned, the Philadelphia Flyers, by the score of 5-4. All right. So there was a final in that one. Thank you for that update. As always, RJ, really appreciate it, man. He also gives us another update. It is 2-2 between the Wild and Avalanche in the third period. Awesome. Very, very awesome. But looking at the game that we're doing tonight between the Devils and Habs, yeah, I understand completely. I'm not oblivious to the fact that the Canadiens are not making the playoffs. They've had a terrible year. The Devils are toward the bottom of the NHL as well. But again, you still have guys for both teams. Guys like Josh Anderson, Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki for the Devils, Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, Dougie Hamilton. You have a lot of guys from an individual standpoint that are fun to watch and enjoyable to watch. So from that standpoint, you could look at it and you could say, all right, like that's totally fine. Like, you know, you could still watch the game and still have a good time and things like that. People like fantasy and things like that. So I get it. I honestly get it. And look, at the end of the day, these teams are going to be fighting for pride. These guys are going to be doing everything they can to try to have good seasons and kind of go from there. And when you look at it from both of these teams who are in rebuilding / upper echelon rebuilding stages, you know, winning games, learning how to win is a very, very important thing for both of these teams. So, and it's been a good game. It's been a good, authentic hockey game. We've only had 3 goals. It's 2-1, kind of back and forth, really. Goaltending has been pretty solid. I'm sure Montembeault would like to have that first goal back because he gave the puck right to Jack Hughes, who fired it right back at him and into the back of the net. Other than that, it's been a really, really solid hockey game. And it's just a question of how are these teams going to come out in the third? I think, you know, if you're from the Devils' perspective, you have to find a way to get the next goal. You got to come right back out, get that goal back, make it 3-1. Don't give the Canadiens any life or hope that they could come back and win this game. And then if you're Montreal, after you scored that goal, just as the 5-on-3 power play expired, you've been able to actually create 1 or 2 chances after that. So you now have some more momentum going into the third. So now it's about continuing to press and keep getting pucks to the net because you're going to find some holes. Let's see here. Andrew says, RJ is the man of the updates. Yeah, RJ is great. RJ is great that he comes on here, interacts with us, but gives us updates on scores, especially in the NHL, as well as, you know, other scores in other sports if you ask him. RJ says it is still 1-0 Winnipeg Jets now over the Coyotes after 2 periods of play. RJ says, yesterday I went to the speech steak. I got home at midnight at 12 and I got drunk and I went right to sleep. We had 152 people at the beefsteak and we have 82 prizes. That sounds like a fun-ass night for you, RJ. That is awesome, man. I hope you had a great time. I hope you stayed safe, and I'm glad that you're aware enough to hang out with us tonight, as you always do, and give us updates, man. Really, really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really, really, really awesome, man. As Andrew says, wow, yeah, I know. Quite impressive from RJ. But yeah, you know, again, going back to this game, it has been a really, really good game so far through 2 periods. I think if you're, you know, I get that, especially a lot of us now in my generation of being in the early to mid 20s, we constantly look for, you know, instant gratification. We want to see a lot of goals and everything like that. But I think also we can appreciate when we have a low-scoring game between two teams just battling for pride and going out there and trying to give it 110%, and we're getting a low-scoring game and going from there. So I think that that's a really good way to look at it from that perspective, that we just have a really good back-and-forth hockey game so far in this one. Andrew says, I'm out. See you soon. Bye, Neil. No worries, Andrew. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with us, man. We really, really do appreciate it. Again, as always, Andrew, if you haven't already, like the stream before you go, and we will see you in the next stream that we do 100%. Excuse me. I can't believe it took me this long to let you guys know that I am indeed back with the Villa Piano wine again here on the stream. This is what I do. If you're new to the stream, I have a glass of my Villa Piano homemade wine every single time I do one of these streams. So tonight is no different, and I'll give you guys a nice cheers. And again, a big cheers and thank you to all of you guys hanging out with us tonight here on this Sunday evening to watch some hockey, which any day is a great day to watch some hockey. So the third period should start in a roughly 7-8 minutes. They show a timer here. You guys can't really see because it's more of a white screen. But on the NHL app, and I'm sure a lot of you have it, they give like a timer for how long the intermission is going to be. And it says here, as I'm reading it, it's 7:17 left in intermission and ticking. So again, we will start this. I would say the third period is going to start around 8:55, 8:56 time frame. That would be probably when this third period is going to get underway. And again, the other funny thing about this game, when you talk about how good it's been, if you look at it, shots on goal tied up at 18 apiece, shooting percentage more or less favoring the Devils. Block shots, the Canadiens have done a really good job with that. Goaltending has been really, really solid, as you can see. Save percentage has been pretty even almost. Penalties, obviously the Devils have taken a few more. The Canadiens are 0 for 3 on the power play. And the Canadiens, the Devils are 1 for 1. So that's honestly been a difference. I guess I could say that special teams has been somewhat of the bigger difference in this one when you look at it, because the Devils are 1 for 1 on the power play. And right now that is the go-ahead goal. That is the game-winning goal if everything stays the same. And then the Devils, I know Anderson scored, but that was just as the power play expired. So the Canadiens have actually not been able to score a power play goal. So that could be a thing, especially because they had a 5-on-3 and didn't come up with anything. But again, it has been a relatively even game from the get-go. And that's what you want sometimes when you want to just see some good back-and-forth hockey, even if it's between two teams that are towards the bottom of the NHL. And again, to kind of give you guys some updates, the Canadiens, again, they are out of the playoffs. They are mathematically eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think it happened either yesterday or Friday. And I found out today that if the Devils end up losing this game in regulation, they will then be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, which they would become just the second team in the NHL, I believe. I don't think that's true, but I'd have to double check. Let's look at the standings here. I guess we'll go over the league standings. I don't think so, because, I think Arizona, even though it says here Arizona still is not mathematically, because they have a game in hand against some other teams. So I think the Devils, just because of from games played and things like that, I think that the Devils would just from the standpoint of how many games they have left and things like that, would end up being technically the second team this season to be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. They'd be the second Eastern Conference team, that's for sure, because of the Eastern Conference standings and all that. But Andrew says white instead of red. Yeah, I like to switch it up here and there. What's the name of the wine? Just, I think it's Muscat. I believe that's the wine that I'm having today. So that's the name of it, to be quite honest with you. RJ says, MLB baseball opening day, April 7, 2022. Boston Red Sox in the Bronx taking on their hated rivals, the New York Yankees. That game will start at 1:05 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for that update. Andrew says he's going to a baseball game on April 4th. Very, very cool, my friend. Very cool. Hopefully you enjoy yourself. It's going to be a Twins game. All right. So there you go. He's going to go see the Minnesota Twins. That should be fun. The Minnesota Twins certainly are going to have high expectations with some of the moves that they've made. Signing Carlos Correa, acquiring Gary Sanchez and Gio Urshela. The biggest question mark is still pitching. I know they just got Sonny Gray, but still the starting pitching is a big question mark, and I think pitching in general. And that's actually been a question mark for several years now in Minnesota. They've been able to get to the playoffs because of their offense, but eventually it ends up faltering once they get into October. So we'll see if pitching ends up becoming another problem again for this Twins team when we get to the season. I mean, you're not gonna you're not gonna really know a whole lot through the first couple of weeks, but I'd say once you get to like July, August timeframe, you're really gonna understand what are the biggest weaknesses or not weaknesses of your team. So that's kind of something interesting there with that. So again, we're about 3 or 4 minutes away from the start of the third period. Again, Devils going into it with a 2-1 lead, and we'll see what teams have in store for us in the third. But before we continue here and get back to the game, we'll have another quick word from our sponsors.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs.
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision.
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this live watch along right here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, as we are just about ready to begin the third period of this game between the New Jersey Devils and the Montreal Canadiens. It is 2-1 Devils going into the third. Jack Hughes with a goal in both the first and second periods, his 23rd and 24th of the season, has been the difference so far for the New Jersey Devils. And for the Montreal Canadiens, Josh Anderson, with about 2.5 minutes to go in the second period, has the only tally so far from Montreal, his 16th of the season. So we got a close back and forth game here. Back and forth game here, and we'll see what these two teams can do here in this third. Do the Devils finish off this back-to-back and go one for two? Or do the Canadiens come back and win this one? And again, what's basically at stake for the Devils is just simply trying to avoid the embarrassment of being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs while losing at home. Again, the Devils would have to lose in regulation to then become mathematically eliminated. So we'll see if the Devils can hold that off for at least another day. Holding off the inevitable, obviously. Jacob says, Phil Kessel is 23 games away from passing Yandel for the Ironman title. So we'll see if Phil Kessel can do just that. He probably won't do it this season, but if he plays the rest of the games this year, it'll only take him a couple of games going into next year, whatever team he's on, to do that. But here we go, guys. The ref is at center ice. So is Evans and Nico Hischier. The puck is dropped, and we're underway here in the third period of our game between the Montreal Canadiens and the New Jersey Devils. So again, a 2-1 game going into this third. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get interesting here as this game gets going, as this game progresses, I meant. Let's see here. John says, I made a rap song for the Devils. You made another song for the Devils, John? You made another one? Let me hear it. I'd like to hear it. As Ryan Graves with a slap shot, and that one goes wide. Good chance there from the big left-handed defenseman, but just couldn't get it on net. As Dawes will play it behind his own net and give it to the aforementioned Graves, and now the Devils will slowly make their way out of their zone. Now the Devils dump it into the zone. It's played by Montembeault behind the net. He'll fire it off the boards and around, and now it goes back out to center ice here. As Siegenthaler now plays it for the Devils. Siegenthaler makes a long pass to Mercer, who will just backhand it into the zone. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Edmondson of the Canadiens. Now he'll make a play here. Hoffman is knocked out. It looks like, are we getting a penalty right away? I think a penalty might have been called here. We'll see. It's going to stop here. Just 1:07 into the third. It is indeed a penalty. It's Mike Hoffman going to the sin bin here. So it's just the second penalty of the game against the Canadiens. The Devils are 1 for 1 on the power play as Hoffman's going to go to the box. Looks like it's going to be a tripping that he had on Jack Hughes. Hoffman doesn't like it. You know, no player's going to like getting called for a penalty. But with the Devils up 2-1 and just 1:07 into the third period, the Devils with a chance to try to get their second power play goal of the night and look to try to see if they can regain the 2-goal lead. Face-off won by the Devils. Severson gives it over to Nico Hischier. Now off the net, gets over to Jack Hughes. He backhanded to Nico. Nico Hischier gives it over to Brett, top of the left side blue line. Brett tried to draw pass. It got broken up. Now Brett will settle. Tried to feed it over to Jack Hughes. Good stick there by the Canadiens, and it goes out of the zone, and the Devils will have to regroup. Severson tried to get it Hughes. It got knocked off his stick. Now Montembeault plays it to Dennis Savard, and Savard will easily fire it all the way down on goal on Nico Dawes, so he'll have to make a save. 1:20 to go on the Devils' power play. 8:10 to go here in this third period. 18:10 to go in the third, excuse me. Nico Hischier gives it over to Jack Hughes. Devils will settle. Gets it over to Nate Bastian. Bastian now feeds it top of the blue line to Severson. He takes a wrist shot. That would have stopped. Follow-up try there is knocked down. Nico Hischier keeps it in though. Severson over to the right side to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes holds, keeps the puck on his stick. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Severson now over to Jack Hughes. Now back to Severson. Severson left side to Brett. Now to Nico. Back to Jack Hughes. Fakes it. Beats it back over to Nico. Now to Severson. Back to Jesper Bratt now. Bratt holds it. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Back over to Jesper Bratt. Bratt comes in with a wrist shot. That one gets blocked. Jack Hughes on a short angle try, and that one's gloved down by a Canadian defenseman. Devils trying to regain the puck here. As Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes fighting for it. Severson knocks it down with a high stick. So the faceoff will come outside the zone here. Jack Hughes having some choice words for the referee as the Devils were trying to keep it in there. And I think Jack Hughes is complaining of getting, he got a glove to the face by Romanov. So I think that's what Jack Hughes was looking for, maybe looking for a boarding penalty there. But the ref decided to swallow the whistle. But 27 seconds to go here in the Devils' power play. Face-off won by Montreal, and then Savard will just slap a slap shot back down into the Devils' zone here. Devils will probably have one last chance here on the power play if they hurry. Dougie Hamilton gets over the left side to Sharangovich. Yegor Sharangovich backhands it over, but it's intercepted by Montreal. They come the other way with speed. Dougie Hamilton trying to play defense. He does a good job. 3 seconds, 2-1, and that'll do it for the Devils' power play. So they had a chance or two, but a little bit too much passing, which is something I've come to know with the Devils on the power play. And so the Devils could not score. And it looks like there might be a penalty here against the Devils. I'm not sure here as Evans slowly makes his way to the bench for Montreal. And yes, it is. Dougie Hamilton is going to go to the sin bin. So right after the Canadiens kill off a power play, they'll now get their Fourth crack of the night on the power play, again with a chance to tie the game up at 2. 16:48 to go in the third period, Devils still holding on to a 2-1 lead. Looks like it'll be an interference call against Mr. Hamilton. John says, we put in the pit, we stick to the ice, get you in a check, you will fall paying the price. We don't need the advice. We fight back. We are hotter than spice. We won't play nice. Like it, John. Like it a lot, man. That is absolutely awesome. Love it. The Canadiens with their 4th power play of the night. Just the 6th penalty overall of this game. Face-off won by the Devils. Nico Daws gets it, and he'll fire off the boards. Tried to get it out. He cannot. Canadiens look to try to set it up. Canadiens player gets knocked down, and then Jimmy Vesey will take it away for the Devils, and he'll clear it back down. So again, another opportunity here on the power play for the Canadiens. Again, 0 for 3 so far in this one. Caulfield gets it over. Feeds over back to Caulfield. He comes into the zone. Caulfield now looking to set it up. Feeds over to the right side. Gets it. Takes a shot. That one is blocked. Actually, it was stopped by Dawes' helmet, and then it came off. So now there will be a face-off in the Devils zone here as we get a stoppage of play. The ref and Nico Daws with a laugh there on that one. Not sure what was said, but either way, we get a stop as now Damon Severson talking with Daws. Josh Anderson was the one that took that shot. Anderson has the only goal so far of this one. So he was looking to try to score there. Tried to go top shelf, and he went about as top shelf as he could as he actually hit Nico Daws' mask, hit him right in the face, right in the front of the mask, and it dislodged it. John says, score Devils. Yeah, we need more Devils goals, man. We need them to score more if they want to have a chance to put away this one. Severson tried to knock it out. He cannot. Canadiens keep it in. Anderson tried to feed it in front. That got deflected, and Daws had to make a save. It was actually deflected by Jonas Siegenthaler, and Daws was able to stay square to the puck to make the save. Otherwise, that would have been an own goal. That would have been a disaster there. Canadiens at center ice right now with 1 minute to go on their power play. Caulfield, he takes a wrist shot, but it goes right into the belly of Nico Daws, and he'll cover. 59 seconds to go on the Canadiens power play. 15:47 remaining in the third. Devils still up 2-1. Again, I saw there, Nico Daws, he was able to get there just in time to make it with the stick pad save. Otherwise, that would have been a very bad goal to give up. Would have been an unfortunate one to say the least. Face off to the right of Daws in the Devils zone. John says, please don't falter to Canada. Let's hope that they don't. Let's hope that they don't, John. Face off won by Montreal. 64 gets it over to his partner. Now back to 64, top of the blue line, over to the right side. Canadiens player has it. Now it's back behind the net. Pitlick, now to 64. Over the right side. Slap shot. That one is stopped by Daws. Canadiens trying to keep the pressure, though. Severson gets it, and he'll slap shot it. Tried to keep it out, but he tried to get it out, but he couldn't. Pitlick now with it. Pitlick, and it's taken away by a Devil player, and it's going to clear it all the way back down into the Canadian zone where Montebello will stop it. 23 seconds to go on the power play here for Montreal, still trailing 2-1 as we've just reached about 5 minutes into this third. Mike Hoffman drops it off to 64, and now to Mike Hoffman. Hoffman now with it. He waits. Gets to the 64. He has a lot of space. Feeds it over to 32. Trying to take a slap shot by Hoffman, and that one he whiffed on. Power play comes to an end. Sharon Govich backhands it. Gets it over to Dougie Hamilton, and now the Devils will look to come the other way. Hamilton now with it. Feeds it. Trying to feed it over at least to Sharon Govich, but a good stick lift there by Montreal. So the Canadiens now 0 for 4 on the power play tonight, and they are still trailing here by a goal, 2-1. 14 and a half minutes remaining in the third period. Romanov with a long pass there. Gets it over to his teammate. Now gets to the 41, but that's hit off the stick. And now Jack Hughes looks to come the other way with speed. He comes up the right side. He tries to make a backhand, and that one gets blocked. He tried to make a pass there, and it got blocked. So now the Devils again trying to keep it in the zone. They cannot. Now 71 comes the other way. Evans gets it over to Barron. Barron tried to feed it back to Evans. It was broken up. Now Dawson Mercer will take it for the Devils. Mercer over to Jack Hughes. Now to Jesper Bratt on the right side. Bratt tries to make a move around Romanov. He does. Next makes move on the backhand, and that one gets blocked. Canadians now with the puck. They'll slowly settle it down here as both teams make a change. So the Devils with 2 chances on that last shift to score, but good job by the Canadian defenseman to block any sort of opportunity. Jacob let me know the Coyotes have tied up their game against the Jets. It's now 1-1 in the third period. Now a long pass there, tried to feed Miles Wood. He would have been on a breakaway, got snuffed out. Canadians back in the zone. Canadian player with a shot. He whips on it. Nate Bastian will backhand it out of the zone. Canadians trying to keep it out. Delayed offsides here. Now tries to feed it to Miles Wood. He gets knocked down. Will that be a penalty? No. Shots in the third period here shots are 6-2 in favor of the Canadiens, while the shots in general are 23-19 in favor of Montreal. As now, backhand try there by Caulfield is stopped and then covered by Dawes, and then Miles Wood comes in flying. He starts pushing and shoving somebody on the Canadiens. Looks like cooler heads prevail there, but things have definitely picked up with the intensity. We're going to stop here. 12:52 to go in the third period. Devils still holding on here to a 1-goal lead against the Canadiens, up 2-1. And we'll step aside again for another moment to get another word from our sponsors.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs.
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision.
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So again, guys, a big shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Again, make sure to use our promo code when you sign up for DraftKings THPN and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. 12:25 to go here in this third period of our game between the Devils and Canadiens. Devils right now still holding on to a 2-1 lead. 2 goals by Jack Hughes. Josh Anderson still has the only tally for Montreal. But the later that this game gets, the more you start to wonder, when do the Canadiens decide to pull their goaltender? Again, we got over 12 minutes to go in this game, so a lot could change between now and the last 2 or 3 minutes. So let's just see as Dougie Hamilton gets it over to Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler now up the center ice like a forward. He comes in, drops it off to Jesper Brett with a shot, and that one is stopped by Montembeault. Brett tried to get sneaky there, tried to go just under the glove of Montembeault, but he made the save. As John says, fight. Yeah, we had a little bit of a skirmish there just before the commercial break, but cooler heads did prevail. What's going on? Zachary McNally, 25. Thank you so much for the comment, man. Really do appreciate it. While you're here, hit the like button, subscribe, and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do here on the Hockey Podcast Network. And if you do subscribe, my friend, let me know in the chat that you did so I could shout you out here on the stream. He says, Leafs are up 3-2 still over the Panthers. Let's look at that. Yeah, it is still 3-2, about 7 minutes into the third period of that game. So thank you for that update, Zachary. Very much appreciate it, my friend. 11:20 to go in the third period of our game. Right now, Devils still up 2-1 right now, but things have certainly picked up. Tatar chips it out of the zone, gets it over to Jesper Bratt, who will then chip it out into the Canadian zone as both teams make a change. Canadians will slowly wait while everybody gets set. Tried to make a long pass there, got broken up, and that will be enough for an icing. Face off back in the Montreal zone, 10:58 now to go in the third period. Assists in a single season, most in team history. The most is Scott Stevens in 93-94. This is for the Devils. Scott Gomez and Elias both at 56, as well as Kirk Muller. Kirk Muller also is tied with Broughton for the second most at 57. And like I mentioned before, Scott Stevens with the most assists in a single season in Devils history with 60. We'll see Jesper Bratt, who is doing pretty well. I think he's got like 41 or 42. He actually probably has a pretty good chance to do that. It's a backhand try there by Dougie Hamilton to stick the side by Montembeault. John is really pleading with the Devils to score a goal. He says, score an effing goal, Devils. All right. Love the passion, John. Yes. Obviously, the Devils, they know the later this gets, the bigger it is. The bigger it will be if they can get themselves the 2-goal lead back. There's Ryan Graves, 61 games, 6 goals, 21 assists, 27 points this season with the Devils. That's the most points he has had in a single season. So Ryan Graves, first year with the team since he got traded in the offseason from Colorado to New Jersey, has definitely fit in very well as our top left shooting defenseman. So I'm sure the expectation is that he's going to be here for quite some time. Now turnover there in the zone. Montreal has a chance. Shot there, and that one somehow didn't go in as Dawes was out of position. But Montreal keeps it in now, 64. Over to Suzuki. Suzuki passes to 64 with a shot, and Nico Dawes makes the save. So Montreal coming on a little bit more here. We've just about reached the halfway point of the third. 10:09 exactly to go in the third. Montreal still coming on here, so they're trying to tie this game up. As Caulfield got the pass from Suzuki, and then you saw that second shot there that couldn't go in. Again, Caulfield with the first shot, and then you had Mike Hoffman who tried to elevate it. Let's see if Dawes made a save. I think he might have gotten a piece of it. If he did, that was one hell of a save by the Devils netminder. Montreal keeps it in 64 with a shot. It gets blocked in front, but now 28 with a shot. That one gets stopped by Dawes. Devils trying to get out of their zone. Michael McLeod chips it off to AJ Greer, and now Greer's going to try to get there first. Nice diving pass to Jimmy Vesey with a shot, and that one is stopped and gloved by Montembeault. Great chance there. AJ Greer diving as he was falling down, stick the puck over to Jimmy Vesey, who was all alone. He tried to be Montembeault glove side, but Montembeault comes up with the save. One of the best saves of the night from Montembeault as he keeps the Devils from getting the 2-goal lead back. But let's see here. Again, some more updates. RJ let me know the Wild ended up winning in overtime. Yes, they won 3-2 over Colorado on a game-winning overtime goal by Kevin Fiala. RJ saying it is still 1-1 Jets in Arizona in the third period. That's where we are. They actually are about 7 minutes left to go in that third period. So there you go with that. RJ also says it is 3-2 Toronto over the Florida Panthers in the third. Again, just about 8 minutes into that third period. Jacob says, Neil, do you know Mike Hunt? He plays for the Yotes. I've heard of his name. I've heard of him. I don't know him that well, Jacob, but I have heard of him. Why do you ask? Trying to match up here. Again, I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. I've been dealing with a little bit of a cold the last couple of days. I'm at the the ending stage of it, but I also still have a little bit of a cough, so I have to cough here or there. But Dayquil and NyQuil have been my savior the last 24 hours. So really happy that my wonderful mother was able to get that for me. And but hey, you know what? I'm still here doing these live watch alongs and working, guys, and giving you guys the best content that I can. And again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate it. Like and subscribe while you're here. New live watch alongs every single day here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Jacob says, say Mike Hunt again and listen to it. I said it in my head and I figured it out. Very funny. Very funny, Jacob. Very funny indeed. You're a jokester. Love it. Love it. But again, guys, a little bit more than 9 minutes ago, 9:49 exactly to go in the third period. Devils still holding on to this 1-goal lead. So again, the Canadiens have had some chances, though. They've had some chances in this third to tie it. But Nico Daws has been strong in net, keeping the Devils in the lead as of right now. Devils now coming the other way here. Jack Hughes might be a 3-on-2. Hughes stops, feeds it over to Damon Severson. He takes a shot. That one sticked aside by Montebaugh. Excuse me, that was Subban. Nice feed in front by Hughes to Sharangovich. Just couldn't get enough of it. Devils keeping it in now. Mercer chips it over to Sharangovich. Sharangovich now gets it to Hughes. Hughes on his backhand, using the power move, gets it on his forehand now on the left side. Hughes stops on a dime, still with it, drops off to Sharangovich. Now to Mercer. Dawson Mercer now being pinned by a Canadiens player. Christian Dvorak will chip it out. Intercepted, though, by the Devils. Hughes with it. He takes a shot. That one is stopped by Montebaugh. Canadiens still trying to get it out. Having difficulty, and finally we get a stop here, and we're going to get a slashing call here against somebody. Who do they call it on? We'll see here in just a moment. It's going to be Dawson Mercer getting the slashing call here. And Lindy Ruff, the head coach of the Devils, cannot believe it. I'm shocked as well because the Devils were in the offensive zone when that was stopped. So let's see here it again. As again, Devils kept it in. Jack Hughes had the puck. He took a nice shot. It was stopped. And then we'll see here. Not much. I didn't really see a slash. I don't know how that was called really. But with 8:51 to go in the third and the Canadiens still trailing by a goal, they will go to their 5th power play of the night and another opportunity on special teams to tie this one up. 0 for 4 of the Canadiens so far on the power play. As Michael McLeod tries to backhand it out of the zone. Devils trying to get it out. They cannot. Caulfield controls it. Canadiens 0 for 4 in the power play. They have 9 shots on the 4 combined power plays. Backhander around the boards here. Devils trying to get it out. Jimmy Vesey then will get it and he'll clear. Montebaugh will play it. 1:30 to go on the Canadiens power play. 8:18 to go in the third. Jacob says, laugh my ass up. Very nice. Get 200 pumped LVGK better. Whatever that means. RJ, let me know. It was a 2-minute slashing call against Dawson Mercer for the Devils. And now the Devils come the other way shorthanded. It's Nico Hischier. 2-on-2 now. Tried to feed it to Sharangovich. He got blocked. Now the Canadiens look to come the other way. Caulfield will slow it up. 1 minute exactly to go on the Canadiens power play. 7:50 to go in this game. Devils still holding on, just barely right now, to a 2-1 lead. Jacob says, Montreal refs, all right. And he also says, nice flash score. Where is it? Oh, dude, I just realized that. That is on me. My bad. Thank you for pointing that out, Jake. I appreciate it, man. Don't know what happened there. I might have not been looking and I accidentally clicked on it. Now Armia gets it over. He's with a shot, and that one goes over the net and goes all the way back down in the Canadian zone here. So the Canadiens will probably have one last chance here on the power play. 20 seconds to go on it. 7:10 to go in the third. Danelle says, Devils got to stop taking stupid penalties. I second that 100%. Jacob also says, LOL, Neil is drunk. Don't know about that, but it is what it is. Sometimes I make a mistake. Now, Canadiens have it 3 seconds, 2 and 1. It's a slap shot there, goes wide of the net and goes out. Power play is over. Canadiens now 0 for 5 on the power play, and they're still trailing here by 1. Long pass to Dawson Mercer, stays onside. Mercer gets knocked down, no penalty. Nico Hischier now being pinned by Barron on the right corner, but Nico regains the puck. Hischier stops, gets on the left side, stops again. Nico still with the puck. Good job here by the captain. Nico Still, it keeps going left to right and eventually backhanded behind the Canadiens' net, and now the Canadiens will control it. But the Canadiens, man, 0 for 5 on the power play tonight, and they had a 5-on-3 too, which was nuts. Shots are currently 28-27 in favor of Montreal. So again, it's been pretty much an even game for the most part, except the scoreboard, obviously. So now Jack Hughes tries to get out of the zone, intercepted by Montreal, gets it over to Barron, number 56 of Montreal. Left it around the boards. Can the Canadiens keep it in? They can. Romanov over to Launen. Launen tried to feed it in front. That one got deflected, just went wide. Devils have it right now as Dougie Hamilton backhands it. Canadiens take it away, though. Canadiens keeping the pressure on right now. Montreal has it. Gets over to Romanov. He takes a slap shot. That one is stopped by Dawes. Devils desperately need a change right now. 5:25 to go in the third. Romanov with it. Waits for reinforcements. He holds. Takes a shot. It gets blocked. But Anderson keeps it in for a moment. Can Mercer get over there? He can. Can he get it out of the zone? He hits it off the boards and back out towards the Canadiens bench. So the Devils will have a chance to make a change. So no goals there, but the Canadiens continuing to put on the pressure here in this one. As Suzuki comes into the zone here. 5 minutes exactly to go in the third. Devils still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Miles Wood, he takes a wrist shot, and that one is blocked by Montembeault. Siegenthaler had it. He'll slap shot it into the Canadian zone. Montembeault will leave it for 64 of the Canadiens. Devils trying to keep it in. They can. As Siegenthaler with a shot gets blocked. Bastian with a try that gets blocked and deflected out of play here. So the Devils with a chance there but couldn't score. 4:38 to go in the third. Devils desperately clinging on to a 2-1 lead. And we'll step aside for another moment to get another quick word from our sponsors.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring! 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So once again, guys, welcome to this live watch along between the Devils and the Montreal Canadiens. Devils right now holding on to a 2-1 lead with 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Devils right now with the puck in the offensive zone. Tomas Tatar stops on a dime, gets hit by Edmondson. Edmondson, good job to pin him along the boards, as now Mike Hoffman will get it easily and control for Montreal. Both teams have had some chances. I would say Montreal has probably been the better team in this third period, but they've had 5 different chances on the power play tonight, including a 5-on-3, and have not been able to take advantage of it. 4 minutes exactly now to go in this third period. The question is right now, when will Martin St. Louis decide to pull Montembeault for the extra skater? It's on Michael McLeod. He comes up with speed. He takes a wrist shot, and that one is stopped and gloved by Montembeault. You know, you got to look at it. Sam Montembeault, honestly, he's not the reason the team is losing. Yes, he's given up 2 goals, but here's the thing about it. The first one definitely on him because he passed the puck right to Jack Hughes, who scored it and buried it. But the second one was just a power play goal. It was just a great play overall, and he just couldn't get over there in time. But he has made some really good saves to keep the Devils off the scoreboard after they got the 2-0 lead. Montreal was able to get one back, but they haven't been able to get the next one yet, but they still got 3:40 left to do so. Montreal tries to get it. Now can Devils get it out? Graves gets it over to Michael McLeod, and Michael McLeod will backhand it out to center ice. And this feels like what I've seen before in many Devils games where the Devils don't come out aggressive. They play what I call a 20-minute penalty kill, and that's what it's basically been. Other than the power play that they had earlier, it's basically been that, where they've just allowed Montreal to do whatever they want, create great chances, and just forcing the goaltender to make saves. That's really what we're at right now. What's going on, Isha? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Sunday evening, or, I guess now it is evening where you are. Hope you're doing well, man. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. He's cheering on the Devils because he wants the hated Montreal Canadiens to lose. Love it, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. James still going off of his prediction. He said 3-2 Habs in overtime, so we'll see. He's not terribly far off. Hopefully he's wrong. Being biased, but still. But again, guys, like and subscribe while you're here. New live watchalongs every day. As that shot by Hughes is shouldered aside by Montembeault. Canadiens slowly come the other way. 2:22 to go in this third. Devils still on this 2-1 lead. That one play gets knocked out. Dawson Mercer gets it over to Hughes, but he couldn't control it. Bad pass there by Mercer. Devils holding it in now. Isha said he just liked. Thank you so much for the like, Isha. Appreciate it, boss man. Jack Hughes fired it off of Montembeault, but he still makes the save. 2 minutes exactly to go here in this third. I would expect in the next 30, 45 seconds, once Montreal could get it in the offensive zone of control, that they'll probably pull Montembeault. How's the game been, Isha says? It's been a good one. Solid game back and forth. Solid game back and forth between two teams just playing for pride right now. It's been a good hockey game, pretty even on the scoreboard, as you can see. And both goaltenders have been really, really solid throughout this one. I've been watching NCAA hockey and catching up on UFC. What is the update, Isha, in the NCAA hockey tournament? Let me know. As Jacob says hi to Isha. 1:20 to go in the third right now. Devils still with the 2-1 lead. They have the puck, but it's intercepted at center ice by 64 of Montreal, who'll dump it back into the zone. Severson off the boards, gets it over. Is this going to be an icing? No, it won't, as Brett got there first, but then Suzuki gets it. We are now at 1 minute to go here in this third. Can the Canadiens find a way to pull the goaltender? 64 dumps it in. He gets over there first. The net is empty now. Severson fires it all the way down. Will go into the empty net. He shot it wide right. And Anderson gets there first, so the faceoff will be back in the Devils zone with 48.5 to go in this one, as Severson trying to get goals in back-to-back games and put this one away, but he couldn't score theirs. He just showed that last chance by Jack Hughes. Hughes needing just one more goal to get the hat trick, and he's had a couple of chances to do so since he got that second goal. As we see again on this other replay, it hit the left shoulder of Montembeault, so it was a good shot trying to go top shelf, but Montembeault was able to get to it. So again, Montreal has pulled Montembeault. They've called the timeout right now, so they're setting up a play. Canadiens will skate 6-on-5 here for the rest of this one. Devils looking to just try to get the empty netter to put this one away. Nico Dawes with a big smile on his face as he's 48.5 seconds away from his 8th win of his rookie year. John says, keep up the score, Devils. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind winning this game 2-1. I don't mind. A win is a win. Sodapod says Gophers to the semifinals. So the Gophers are closing in on a potential national championship run. Very impressive indeed. Very impressive. Congratulations to the Minnesota Golden Gophers, another powerhouse program in college hockey. So I like that. I like the updates. Appreciate it. Face-off will be to the right of Nico Dawes in the Devils zone. Okay, it's pulled Montembeault. Face-off won by Montreal. Number 20 drops to Suzuki, keeps it in as Caulfield fires it. Backhand pass on the right side, and they score! It's Tyler Pitlick, and with 41.8 to go, The Canadiens have tied this game up at 2 and are 48.1 away from sending this to overtime. What a bad break there for the Devils, especially for Nico Daws. He's been playing so well in net. Canadiens won the faceoff cleanly. They set it up very well. Suzuki over to Caulfield, and then Dvorak with a nice backhand pass over to a wide-open Tyler Pitlick, and he had no problems here firing it into the empty net, to the open net, and Nico Daws just couldn't get over there in time. And so the Canadiens have tied the game up at 2 with just 41.8 to go. Jacob, why are you celebrating? Didn't you want the Devils to win? It's 2-2 now. I don't know why you're celebrating. Rem Pitlick with his 13th goal of the season comes with just 43 seconds to go in this one. Issa says, are you shitting me? I am not. There's the update. I am not. James says, goal. Sodapod says, Pitlick. I believe he's a former Minnesota Wild player. Danelle says, how many damn times the Devils fail to clear the dam, hit the net, and gives the tying goal? They've done it way too often. John says, Devils hat trick this shit, son. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe Jack Hughes he'll need the hat trick. If he gets the hat trick, he'll get the game-winning goal as Jack Hughes comes into the zone, fights off a defender here, still fighting off a defender. 25 seconds to go in the third. Sodapod with the heart emoji. Danelle says, damn it. Jacob says, no, haha. So I guess he was lying to me. Danelle says, really, WTF Devils? I feel the exact same way. Players fighting along the boards here. 10 seconds to go in the third. Canadiens will lift it out. Back into the Devils zone. Severson. He says, for fuck's sake, Devils, it's the freaking Habs. Well, it's also the Devils. So there you go. And that will do it for the third period as Rem Pitlick's 13th goal of the year with the extra man on scores. And this game will be going to overtime. So the Devils, even if they lose, will not be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But obviously, you'd like to still find a way to get a win and prevent from going 0-2 on this back-to-back here this weekend. So we'll see what happens. James Sorensen, so far his prediction's looking pretty good. He said 3-2 Habs in overtime. It's 2-2. We'll see if the Habs can finish it up here. But what do you guys think so far? Who do you think is going to win this game? And who's going to get the game winner in overtime? Let me know in the comments. John says, you should be a co-host for ESPN. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate it. I would love to get that opportunity. We'll see if maybe I get a chance down the road. But right now, I just enjoy, doing these games here on the Hockey Podcast Network and hanging out with you guys. Beer Sports, whatever podcast to get in the chat. They say, wow. I know. Wow, indeed. If the Devils would hit the damn empty net, the Devils would have won. You're absolutely right. If Severson had scored there on the empty net, the Devils would have won this game. Even if Pitlick had scored it, they would have won 3-2. But now they got to try to find a way to get another one and win this one in overtime. But again, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. Also, if you feel like donating, you don't have to, but it is certainly appreciated. All donations go back to the hosts like myself. So if you want to donate as well, I'll shout you out here on the stream. Fadju says, Paul Byron got to score the game-winning goal. Trust. Let's not hope. Let's hope that's not the case. Canadiens 3-9 this year in overtime. The Devils are 5-1. So the Devils have certainly had success when it comes to overtime. So let's see if they can get their 6th win here and still come away with the win. So let's see what the Devils and Canadiens come out with to start this one. Looks like it's Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, and Damon Severson starting for the Devils. Cole Caulfield, Barron, and Nick Suzuki to start for Montreal. So here we go, guys. We'll see what these teams have for us here in this overtime. Puck is dropped, and this overtime is now underway with the Canadiens starting off. So Barron will be behind his own net. Barron coming with speed, gets over right side to Caulfield. Caulfield lost the puck for a moment, looking for somebody. He gets it to Barron. So now back to Suzuki here. Gets over to Barron. And now the Canadiens will slowly make their way the other way. Gets over to Suzuki. Suzuki up the right side. Trying to get around Severson. Gets the puck knocked off him. Nico Hischier, can he get there? No. Now it's taken away again by Suzuki. He gets hit by Severson. Tried to backhand it to Jack Hughes, he couldn't. Now Severson gets it, deflects off the stick, but it gets to Jack Hughes. Now Hughes will come into the offensive zone. He waits, tries to deke around a defender. Good stick there by Suzuki. As right now, Barron holds it here as we're just about a minute into overtime here. Will the Canadiens come back to win this game, or will the Devils still find a way to get the dub at home? As now Mike Hoffman, toe drags it, fakes it, gets it over to 64. 64 now will come back out of the zone and force the Canadiens to regroup. Faggio saying the Peacocks are eliminated. Yes, they did lose 69-49 in the Elite Eight game earlier this evening against North Carolina, so their Cinderella run ends, which is unfortunate. But now here comes Jesper Brett, slowly makes his way. He'll have to circle back and wait for reinforcements here. John's going to go with a 3-2 overtime win for the Devils. All right, love it. Sharon Govich, he comes in, gets it over to the right side to Jack Hughes. He loses the puck, but he regains it. Hughes now with it. Hughes still has it. Circles to his left side. Dekes his way through, still with the puck, looking for somebody. He tried to get over to Sharagovich. He missed him. Hoffman he was looking to feed Paul Byron, but it was at the layoff sides. So now here comes Hoffman, and it's actually going to eventually be an offsides here against the Canadiens. So we're going to stop here. 2:58 to go in overtime. We'll check again here. Faggio says Barron will score his first ever goal or Byron will score like always. Trust. I hope you're wrong about both of those, Faggio, for my own sake. Now says Devils got to win in overtime because they suck in shootouts. They have won a shootout or two this year. I think they've won 2. But yeah, I really don't want to have to go to a shootout. Jacob saying Duke winning March Madness. It's definitely possible. So now Jesper Bratt, he has the puck on the right face-off circle, takes a shot, and he rang it off the post. Oh, Jesper Bratt, he beat Montembeault, but he couldn't beat the post. Oh my goodness, that was the game winner. Bratt comes back into the zone, loses the puck to Suzuki, and now the Canadiens will slow it up. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime here. Jacob's predicting that Dougie Hamilton will get the game-winning goal. I'd love to see that as Suzuki fakes it, goes around the net. It's being hounded by Dougie Hamilton, and then Suzuki fires it all the way back down behind the Canadian zone. So the Canadiens will restart here. Barrett gets it over to Josh Anderson. Anderson up now into the offensive zone. Anderson over to his teammate. Gets it over to 71 Evans. He stops. Evans still with the puck now, and he'll have to go back to center ice and regroup with 2 minutes to go in overtime. Oh my goodness, man. This is killing me with the amount of times these teams have had to backtrack. Evans loses the puck to Jack Hughes. Now over to Miles Wood. Now to Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton with a lot of space comes up now to center ice. Hamilton now gives it over to Miles Wood. Wood over to Jack Hughes, but he couldn't control it enough. And now the Canadiens come the other way. Josh Anderson now. Anderson over to the left side to Evans. He takes a shot. That one stopped. And then helmet for the second time tonight. The mask of Nico Daws comes off for the second time. And so we'll get a stop here with 1:28 to go in the overtime period. As we're seeing a replay of the Jesper Bratt chance. He went top shelf, beat Montembeault's glove, but he rang it off the top post. John says, bring Marty Brodeur back. He's the best of the best goalies. I don't know if we can bring him back at his age right now, but to get some stability in net, I think I'd be okay with that. Faggio is saying Hughes, but he has not had a chance to score yet. Actually, it was Jesper Bratt that almost scored, not Jack Hughes. But still a good chance. James is saying, come on, Habs, OT win. So face off here, won by the Devils. It goes back down the Canadian zone. Montembeault will play it. Gets it over to his teammate here. Cole Caulfield now with it at center ice. Now slowly makes his way into the zone. Excuse me, that's 32 of Montreal. He tries to feed it in front. That one's stopped by Nico Daws. Now here come the Devils the other way. They can get a 2-on-1 if they hurry. They do. It's Brett and Nico Hischier. Brett stops, waits, shoots, and that one right off the post. Follow-up try by Nico Hischier, and he couldn't tuck it in. How does Nico Hischier not score there? That is unbelievable. Breakaway chance for Hoffman, and did he score? I'm not sure. Nobody knows what happened. Hoffman doesn't know. Nico Daws doesn't happen. I don't think the refs know either. We got to look at this again. With 53.4, This could be the difference here as the refs will check it. Gregory O'Brien, thank you so much for the comment, man. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel tremendously. And let me know if you do subscribe so I can shout you out. So we'll see you again. Brad came on the 2-on-1. He took the first shot. It was stopped by Montebell. Puck came right over to the right side to Nico Hischier. He couldn't score. And then a bad turnover there by, I think it was Severson, led to a breakaway for Hoffman. We'll see again. And I think it hit the post. I don't think it went in. Hoffman celebrating like he scored, but I don't think he scored. We'll see again here. Show another replay here. No, I don't think that went in. That's really hard to tell. Can we get an overhead look? So here we go. The ref's going to make the call. Is this a goal? No goal. So it did ring off the post. So Mike Hoffman did not score. And so we keep going on here with just 53 seconds to go in overtime. So the Devils caught a break. Devils get this win. I hope they can do. Beer Sports says, what a game. James says, haha. John says, Devils, Devils, Devils. Isha says, what is this game? This is crazy. Jacob said he scored. He did not. Mike Hoffman did hit the post. We'll see it again. He hit both posts. He rang it off both posts and didn't score. James says, so close. John says, let's go Devils. Playoff battle of the basement. That is pretty accurate. Danelle says, good. No goal. After review, off the play, it's a good goal. It is not. James says, oh my goodness. Face-off won, though, by Montreal. 50 seconds to go in overtime. Leaves the puck. Can Nico Hischier get there? Nico has had a partial breakaway. He comes in with a shot, and he rang it off the post. Nico Hischier again being denied by the post. Oh my goodness. The captain with a chance. Now he comes back again. He comes in, he fakes the slap shot. One time, shot by Hughes, and he shot it wide in the net. The Devils keep it in. No, they cannot. Here come the Canadiens the other way. 20 seconds to go in overtime. Now a chance here. Gets it over to Suzuki. Nick Suzuki holds. 15 seconds to go. He backhands it, but back out to center ice. 10 seconds to go. Barron's just going to play it all the way back into his own zone. And Caulfield comes in 5 seconds to go. Maybe one last chance. Cole Caulfield, around the defender, has a chance, takes a shot. That one's stopped by Dawes, and the clock expires. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the dreaded shootout. So, we will see who ends up getting the second point of this one. Both goaltenders have been strong, but only one of these teams could come out on top. So who do you think is going to come away with this game here in the shootout? Who do you have scoring the game-winning goal? Let me know. We got nearly 30 people in here right now, so we got a lot of people in this one. So again, guys, like and subscribe while you're here. Also, make sure to donate. All donations go back to the host like myself. Would appreciate it 100%. Let's see here. Isha says, thanks to everyone joining. Like and subscribe. Watch longs every day. If you want to support Neil, you could donate. Battle of the Posts. Dude, what the hell is up with these Devils hitting the post? They're big fans of heavy metal, Isha. They are big fans of heavy metal. Magnetic post, aluminum net on the other end. Montreal scores. It should have been 3-2. Devils fucking win. Fuck that post shot. Well, they still have a chance to win. They just got to find a way to win in overtime. Nico Hischier on that last chance had the power move, caught Montebell out of position, but he rang it off the post. Hey, everyone. Hope you all having a great weekend. You as well, Isha. What's going on? Justin LEM, thank you so much for the comment and saying hi. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe, Justin, while you're here. Really does help out the channel. Damn, a shootout which hardly the Devils win. Looks like the Devils will shoot first. Sodapod says Neil loves the shootout, so I do. Justin cheering on the Canadiens. Isha saying, hi, hey, Justin. So the Devils will shoot first, and it's Tomas Tatar going to shoot for the Devils. So Tuna, who has had basically a relatively quiet night, will go. He has scored 11 goals in the shootout on 32 shots for a 34.4%. So here we go. Devils will start first. It's Tomas Tatar. He gets the puck at center ice, moves to his right, backed up the center lane, holds, waits, tries to not even take a shot. He lost the puck, and Montebell easily sticks it away. So the Devils easily do not score on their first attempt. And so now the Canadiens with a chance to get the lead. I did see the crazy 9-5 Flames win over the Oilers. That was pretty spectacular. Cole Caulfield, 1 goal in 3 attempts. He'll shoot first for the Habs. He comes up, makes a deep run to the left side, comes back to the center. He shoots it through the legs of Dawson, scores. Cole Caulfield scores, and the Canadiens have taken the early 1-0 lead here in the shootout. The Devils desperately need to score here. Now it says, hope the Devils win in the shootout. Not looking so good to start. That's all I'll say. Now Jesper Bratt will go next. Bratt comes up over to the left side, slowly makes his way back to the right. He takes a shot through the legs and he scores. Jesper Bratt through the 5-hole of Montembeault scores, and he ties the shootout at 1. John says 3-2 Devils freaking win, dear God. Amen to that. The Lucas and Ryan show saying, thank you so much for the comment, man. Like and subscribe while you're here. Really appreciate it. As now the Canadiens come again. Who's their second shooter? It's now 32. Pitlick, he comes in and he scores as he crashed into the net, but he got it through, beating Dawes anyway. And Rem Pitlick, who forced this game to overtime and shootout, he scores here to make it 2-1 Canadiens. So if the Devils do not score here on this attempt, the Canadiens win. It's Jack Hughes, who has scored just twice on 12 attempts in his career in the shootout for 16.7%. So here we go. Jack Hughes, he needs to score to keep this shootout going. He slowly waits for his opportunity. He gets the whistle, and here he goes. Gets the puck at center ice, comes up the left side. Jack Hughes waits, loses it for a second, and then flips it up and in! Oh my goodness! What a goal by Jack Hughes! He just elevated it over the stick of Montembeault in, and he ties the shootout up at 2. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for liking and subscribing Lucas and Ryan show. Everybody shout them out here, the newest subscribers of the Hockey Podcast Network. Really appreciate it. Now it's Nick Suzuki. If he scores here, the Canadiens win. He has scored just once on 5 attempts as somebody threw a hat on the ice. I know Jack Hughes has 2 goals tonight, but that goal in the shootout doesn't count as a hat trick. So a little bit of a delay there. But here we go. Nick Suzuki. Here he comes. Goes all the way to the right side. Slowly makes his way in. He takes a shot and he roofed it over the net. No good. So the Devils now with an opportunity to grab their first lead of this shootout. So we go to a 4th round. What's going on, Jake? Thank you so much for the comment. Like and subscribe, my friend, while you're here. He says, let's go, Habs. It's Damon Severson for the Devils. He makes his way up to the left side, comes back to the middle, waits, and he doesn't even take a shot. As it was just a good stick there by Montembeault. Now the Canadiens with their second chance to score here to win this one. Danelle says Hughes scored. Yes. Curtis F says, not my fantasy season coming down to needing a Dawes win in a shootout. We'll see, Curtis. Like and subscribe while you're here, my friend. Christian Dvorak. He has scored on 6 of 9 attempts in the shootout. He comes in with speed. Backhand try. And a great save by Dawes. And we move to a 5th round. Great save there by Dawes. Semi-hat trick, I guess. Lucas and Ryan show. Thank you. Another new subscriber, Justin LEM. Thank you so much for the subscription. We appreciate it, man. Everyone like it, sub right now. Absolutely. As now Nico Hischier. He will come in to give the Devils their first lead if he can score. Nico comes in with a shot and a good stick save by Montembeault. Curtis, that's amazing. Justin, you're a beauty. Watchalongs every day. Aiden Harvey says, come on, Habs. Jonathan says, let's go, Habs. OMFG, the pressure. Dawes glove save. And here comes Joel Armia. Joel Armia with another chance to score here and win this one for the Canadiens. Armia slowly up center ice. He comes in with a shot and he rang it off the post. Oh my goodness, another post. Heavy metal is alive and well in this one as Armia could not score, and we go to round 6. Jonathan says, this is so tight. Lucas and Ryan says, sub now as Dougie Hamilton. Now he has a chance to give the Devils the lead. He comes up the right side. So he back up the right, takes the shot, and he scores! Dougie Hamilton beats Montembeault glove side. And the Devils now needing just another save from Dawes to win this one in the shootout as they right now lead it 3-2. A lot of people in here. Jonathan likes subscribe. We got a lot of new subscribers in here. I think you're better than actual commentators. Way more entertaining. Thank you, Aiden Harvey. Here we go. Mike Hoffman to tie it up. Takes a shot and he scores. Mike Hoffman going top shelf, beating Dawes. And we are now tied at 3 in the shootout, going to round 7. This is never going to end, is it? This is so dumb. But thank you so much, Aiden Harvey, for the compliment, man. Leave a like and subscribe while you're here like everyone else is. Would appreciate it. Who needs a goalie when you have the post? True. Hamilton scores. Devils get this win. It's Yegor Sharangovich now. Can he get the Devils to lead again? He comes in with a wrist shot and he scores! Yegor Sharangovich beating Montenbaugh Glove's side. And once again, the Devils have the lead in the shootout. It's now 4-3. Again, Nico Dawes needs one more save, and the Devils will win this one. Here we go. As the Montreal player comes in, it's Paul Bunyan. Can he keep it going? He takes a shot, and a great save by Dawes! And the Devils, in 7 rounds, win the shootout and win this one. Despite blowing the 1-goal lead at the end, they come away with the win against the Montreal Canadiens by the final score of 3-2. That was an intense shootout, but the Devils, with just their 3rd or 4th shootout win of the season, find a way to get it done, and they win this one here. Wow, what a finish. This is so tight. Let's go. Damn Dawes. No. Go Evs, go. Jakob plays comments, says crazy shootout. Can you show the game? Unfortunately, otherwise I'd get shut down by YouTube if I did. Holy crowd, this sounds intense. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Aiden Harvey. Devils, come on, dear God. Love you, THPN. Love you guys too. Curtis says, let's go, Dawes. Joseph said, Devils are going to win here. Absolutely. Devils actually winning the shootout. I know. Jonathan is mad. Isha says the freaking post again. Lucas and Ryan is pumped up, says, yes, let's go. Finally caught up to all the comments. But again, all these new people in here, like and subscribe while you're here, guys. Really appreciate it. If you also want to leave a donation, you don't have to, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to. All donations go back to myself, the hosts, which I'd appreciate. Lucas says, is it over? It is now officially over. The Devils win 3-2 in a shootout. Game-winning goal from Yegor Sharangovich. Lucas and Ryan's his favorite streamer. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. This was a playoff atmosphere between the Canadiens and Devils. I know, crazy. Between two bottoms, cellar dweller teams. It's unbelievable. Let's see here. Lucas and Ryan's his favorite podcaster, streamer. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Isha with an awesome donation. 3rd donation of this stream. He says, shout out Neil for an excellent stream. What a game. He donates $2.79 in Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate the donation. Don't miss this shot. This is a lot of pressure. Devils won, John. You're good. Lucas says, at least it helps the tank. Good way to look at it. Jonathan says, I love you. Good stream. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Appreciate the compliments. Good game. This was between two teams who are in the bottom of the standings. That is true. James says, see ya. Good to see you, James, as always. You were correct on the score, just not the team and how it would end, but still pretty good. John says, yes. So, Devils come away with the win here, 3-2. 3 stars of the game. Nico Dawes with the win. 1st star. 2nd star, Sharangovich with the game-winning goal in the shootout. And then Jack Hughes with 2 goals tonight. His 23rd and 24th is the game's 1st star. Isha says, thanks everyone for joining and all the subs. All your kind words are amazing. Huge shout out, Neil. Thank you so much, Isha. And thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Jonathan says, damn, Devil takes the win. It happens, man. It happens. But on that note, that is going to do it for me for this live watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network. As always, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. We got a bunch of new subscribers, a bunch of people that liked. We got several donations. It was a fantastic stream and a fantastic game that went the full distance all the way to the shootout. Lucas and Ryan Show said, I'm going to go to bed now. Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much for coming on, interacting, liking, and subscribing. Lucas and Ryan Show. Really appreciate it. Wait, say BYR. I did say bye. Thank you so much, Lucas and Ryan. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good night, my friend. No, don't go now. I love you. I'll be back Jonathan, I promise. RJ says Winnipeg Jets won in overtime 2-1 over the Coyotes, and the Maple Leafs won 5-2 over the Panthers. But again, make sure to follow the Hockey Podcast Network on all social medias at HockeyPodNet. Like and subscribe right here to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. New live watch-alongs every single day here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, covering every single team in the National Hockey League. Check out all the podcasts on the Hockey Podcast Network, hockeypodcastnetwork.com, including Devil's State of Mind podcast, in which I'm the host of, that covers everything New Jersey Devils. New episodes every Monday and Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts. So if you guys want to, go check it out. Leave a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. I'd very much appreciate it. Follow the podcast on Twitter at Devil State, Instagram at Devil State of Mind, and like us on Facebook as well. Follow me on my personal Twitter at THENVPSHOW and my personal Instagram at NVPQB11. No, I love you. Don't go. I will be back, guys. I do at least 1 to 2 live watch-alongs every single week here on the Hockey Podcast Network, so I will be back very, very soon. He says, all right, see ya. Thank you again, Lucas and Ryan Show. Really appreciate your support. He says, bye. Goodbye, my friend. Thank you again. I think Boston going to win the Cup. They got a chance. Nets lose to the Hornets. Yep, I just saw they lost by 9, which is not good. So that doesn't really end my night very well. But again, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. And we will see you in the next live watch along. Once again, the final score for tonight, the Devils in 7 rounds defeat the Montreal Canadiens in a shootout on the score of 3-2. Dinner time, Neil. I'm out. Thanks again. No worries, man. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you guys all again so much. And as I always say at the end of every live watch along, always remember, rock on.